love myself.
Welcome in, ladies, and welcome. Another beautiful day on the internet. My gosh, we'll see how this
empty, and your feet are cold, and your body cannot stop a rocket. I know it has to let go. Since the day we found you, you have been our friend, and your voice still echoes in the hallways of this house. But now it's the end. We will. Since the day we found you, you have been our friend, and your voice still
How's it going,
echoes
High Five?
in the hallways
Seems to
of
go
this
down a lost
house.
bird.
But now
Flew out of his cage.
it's the end.
Welcome in, everybody. How are we doing? You have a new setup. There we go. Not the best yet. We're getting there. I'm good. I'm very good. I'm very good. Like I said, set up in the new place. New setup, new fancy everything. Very slightly. Ah, it's too bright. Freaking, oh my gosh, the brightness. I gotta fix that. Like a polar bear in a snowstorm right now. How's your day been, High Five? I do see you have a new video out. It looks awesome. I haven't seen it actually yet. I was saving my response until now. Because you are in here early, then alright, awesome. Because you're in here early, we'll go straight actually. I'm gonna take a quick peek though, if there's anything major online. Don't think it's your best? That's okay. On camera. Why are we adjusting? Come on, camera. Ta-da! Oh, if I focus it up to the wall, that's better. That's better. A little bit better, maybe. With a bright spot. Alright. We're back online! I had a big move. I had to jump places. A brand new building. Twin. almost a brand new building. It's a maybe 5 or 6 years old. We're gonna crack open our gamer breakfast, brought to you by My Wallet. Liver failure. Delicious. Okay, well guys, welcome in. Got high five and chat at the moment. I don't know if anybody else is lurking. Are I believe live on multiple different streaming platforms. Take a quick peek just to make sure everything is Gucci. Look at my 3 cents earnings off of Rumble. There's accounts, my channels. Are we live? Is that streaming? Maybe? Rumble is paying me good. Oh, there we go. Hey, we're in. Okay. Yeah, that works. Okay, we got Rumble going. Go check out YouTube. Oh, let's not do all my data. My count. I'll do my channel. That's what I'm looking for. We're live on YouTube. My channel. That's where I'm looking. Why does that audio sound terrible? Uh-oh. Wow, my audio sounds really... That's not correct. That is not correct at all. Hold on. Testing. 1, 2... Oh.
Can we talk?
Bow. That's gonna sound way better. That's gonna sound way better. Gonna sound way better. There we go. Success. Absolute success. Hey, YouTube's running. Let's go check out the good old D Live. Let's take a pic at the cartoon stream. Make sure our cartoon stream is still running. We are good there. If you guys don't know, I run a cartoon stream over on D Live, a 24/7 one, just because it's a fun little place. While you're watching, you get to earn tokens, lemons, basically. You get to earn little bits of money. How many places am I live? Let's we should have, there we go. Sulack Tech Garage. Look, high five. If I'm paying $200 a month for business internet, we are using every little tiny bit of my business internet. Bow, bow, bow. All right. So. We'll take a quick look. I had GPT look up what's big today on the internet, just so we can see what's going on. We'll do a quick little overview, high five for now, and then we're gonna actually go watch your video. So, actually, I might need to switch this camera thing. But let's do manual white balance controls. So much white. Literally just like manual. Now I look like a cherry. anything. That's a little bit of light. Get my good side. My ugly side. My good side. Okay, I think that is okay for auto white. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know if I can auto white balance that. What the heck? Da, da, da. What just happened to the white balance? I might have to reset this. Okay, we're just gonna reset the camera. Do-do-do-do-do. That looks a little bit better. It's quite a bit better, actually. We will turn everything off auto so it does lock in. There we go. We also have, I don't have it set up yet, but we have some really nice lighting. Okay, there are actually like a whole bunch of LEDs that I bought, which will make everything. This is kind of one. Change color temperature. Let's actually turn it off so you guys can see it. Kind of cool. One of those for makeup. Okay, so if you're patting yourself out and looking nice. But I think it's a really good best mic, at least for now, to show off my amazing feet. Stage lights going. All right. So today on the internet, a couple of key trends and events are drawing attention. Firstly, a significant aspect of the recent news revolves around various power outages across the globe and their impact on global internet connectivity. We'll take a look at that, of course. We see personalized online experiences becoming more popular. Another one is Donald Trump, of course. One significant event that's causing a stir involves the former President Donald Trump at a rally in Manchester, New Hampshire. Trump had a protester removed from the venue. Somebody called him a dictator, and I guess he got kicked out. More info. Let's take a look. Any large internet events today? Question mark. And then while we're doing this, let's pull up good old High Five's YouTube channel. H1GHF. Does this work? No. Is that you, High Five? Okay. It's I feel like we're in the weird part of the internet. This is I don't know how often you guys have this, but whenever I'm searching something, you need the underscore. Yeah, like these are like videos that shouldn't be seen. So like if we go, actually I'll show you. If we do MOV 001, we are now in the deep, dark areas of the internet. What is this? Stolen cell phones? Maybe? Maybe he's selling them, I guess? Anyways. 10 out of 10 video. Would recommend to everybody. These guys are gonna be like, why am I getting a random view? Like years, and this is fine. Does High Clan come up with recommended if you just search up High? Let's take a look. That's who appears. High Zan. That Russian? Russian. He's the Russian man. What does he do? What does this Russian... I can't do the roll. What does this Russian guy do? Wait, hold on. Let's get... Truck. We'll pause it for a sec. Don't worry, High Five. We are going to get to your video here. Let's just...
Когда поступки способны сказать, что ты не мудак. И знаешь, когда на доверие ты не играл. И знаешь, когда не предал. Когда потерял кучу бабок, но дома тебе говорят не беда. Даже когда дом шаром покати, и повод для радости сложно найти. Когда отложили до следующей жизни, видимо, иди. Ты богат, если ее ты хочешь носить на руках, а ей не с крыши ресторана. Важен красивый закат, есть дорогие вещи.
Gotta add this banger to the Spotify list.
Есть дорогие
Not bad, actually.
Внутри под обычным шмотом. Брат, если пусто в кошельке, или тонешь ты в долгах, оглянись, посмотри, вдруг ты без того богат.
Look at where they live, though. This is great. Like I am so uncultured. Okay, I'm from British Columbia, Canada, and we have the most diverse world. Like when you drive around, you see hills and trees and just everything all around. Looking out the bus. I don't know if it's okay. Okay. Oh, he's got a full channel here full of music. I guess it's a group, so they're gonna have a bunch of different tunes. I'll probably get copyright struck. I'll definitely get copyright struck for running these things. Anyways, we're getting distracted. Mr. High Five, you are here for the reaction, the lifetime, the reaction. FIVE, right? Hi, Mr. 5. 306 subs. Has that been going up? Am I wrong? Has that been creeping up there as something that we're seeing? Which is nice. We're seeing that's so good, dude. Recently my my Overwatch channel, we just popped off a little bit, so we got an extra few hundred subs. We went from 170 to 281 in like 5 days, and so it's been incredible. But I'm glad to see that you're actually growing here. I'm glad to see you grow. That's great. All right. So for the YouTube video, welcome everybody. We're going to be looking at High Five's recent Minecraft release. Now he's a little insecure about it. He's going, I don't think it's my best so far, but well, we'll take a look and see. As long as every single video is incrementally getting better, then well, we're gonna have a good time. We'll give it a go. High five up there in chat. Other way, high five up there in chat right now. Let's go take a look. How I broke the Skywars world record.
One of the oldest and most popular Skywars, one of the oldest and most popular Minecraft mini-games, which has been around since the dawn of time. Many people have played and loved this Minecraft game, and it's become known to be one of the best. World records, the very top achievements, held by the best of the best players who display extreme skill in every category. Very few people hold a world record, and those who do represent the pinnacle of expertise. And then there's me, a more or less average player who often gets destroyed by his Twitch viewers, and definitely does not hold a Skywars world record. Until now.
I will point out right away, I know how maybe this is what you're looking at too. This is a very flat intro. There's like so much that just happened, and the way you're talking really makes it hard to understand like what we're looking at or what we're trying to walk through and what's really important to you and what's really not important to you. No, you know what? I broke my I broke Hypixel Skywars, and this is how. Oh my god, clip montage, blah, 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 blah. And then you can go into this, right? This is, so I'm in the video, but I don't think this is as intense of an intro as your previous videos, because your previous videos were bangers. They were absolute They just punched right out the gate. This one's a little more flat. I do like the pacing of it. I do like how we've gone straight into the video itself and actually gone in for the information. But so good. Not as hard of a start as your previous videos though.
It all started when one day, my Discord members were roasting me, as usual. Even though I thought I'd gotten a lot better at the game, with clips like this, I couldn't exactly prove them wrong. Then I had an idea. If I held a literal world record, they won't be able to, well... Now, as you might know, I've streamed a lot of Skywars, and I'd say I'm pretty good at it. So I searched through the Skywars records, hoping there would be just one I could possibly have a chance of beating. Instantly, my hopes were crushed. 23,000 wins, 140,000 kills. These records were near impossible and would take me months, even years to beat. I desperately searched through the different categories.
So I'm already a little bit hooked because I like the premise. I want to see what is going on. This little pre-prep is great, but I want to see more hype, of course, in the intro. You can bring it down into this moment where I looked this, I did a bunch of research, I did this. But I really think having that intro that just bangs, that's, I set a world in Minecraft. Oh my God, I'm losing my voice. I set a world record in high pixel Skywars, and this is how, right? My buddies were posting on Discord that I suck and going that way. And that way we have like an immediate intro into what's happening. Because I feel like this is more of an intro right now than what we just saw, even though what we just saw was still pretty good.
And then I found it. Skywars, teams of 4, best win-loss ratio. Out of all the records, this was the only one that looked somewhat achievable. All I had to do was have 8 times more wins than I have losses.
And I love the fact that you are going for an achievable world record. To me, that we've started the video in with a very strong concept. A very, very strong concept.
I loaded up Skywars to check how many more wins I'd have to get, and once again, I was faced with disappointment. 160 wins, 320 games played, aka a win-loss ratio of roughly 1. Now, compared to the average player, this is actually pretty impressive, but to get the world record, I'd have to win 1,120 more games without losing a single time. To put this in scale, I'd have to win over triple the amount of games I've ever played without slipping up or losing at all. It looked like this would be impossible, and I almost gave up, but then it hit me. Alt accounts. If I had a fresh account, I'd only have to win 8 games to beat the record. I only had one completely untouched alt account, and so there'll be no margin for error. But maybe, just maybe, I could do it.
I love this already. This is such a good
As the record was in
premise.
quads, I invited 2 of my friends, Hyperbro and Highcat Britain, one of whom is better than the other. This meant that we'd get one completely random teammate, although I'm sure that won't affect us too much, right? Anyways, after a bit of practice, we decided we were ready, and so I switched over to my alt account and loaded up Skywars.
Oh my gosh, my sensitivity is different, guys. Oh, flip, this could be bad. I don't know what my normal sensitivity is.
Before we'd even loaded into our first game, I'd already run into a problem. My FOV and sensitivity was slightly different on this account, and although it's only a slight difference, this could easily be the difference between life and death. Or,
I love the example. That's really, really nice. The cut to showing off the difference between field of view. I don't know if you recorded that or not. If you did, really thumbs up on that. Even if it is somebody else's footage that you cut, I still really like that. That's a very nice visual about what you're talking about and why it's so important to you in terms of field of view and sensitivity. You did record it. That is excellent. Remo, that kind of stuff, that sits up. Like I watch a bunch of mumbo jumbo stuff, and there's a few like Phoenix SC, I think his name is, and a bunch of those guys. Those kind of clip descriptions are such strong storytelling tools in your video. So this, I love it.
whether I break the world record or not, but I decided to ignore it. And so, with everyone's nerves at an all-time high, we loaded into our first game.
You ready? Are you ready, guys? Are you ready?
Let's go.
Let's go, guys! Yes. Okay, just go, whatever.
Okay.
Flip! I'm so stressed. No, I'm looting badly because I'm stressed. Oh my gosh. I need a chest plate.
Hey, Culprit, what's going on? High Five was first in chat here, so I figured I'd respect his time, and we're doing a little review of his video right now. As usual, if anybody's lurking, go check out Culprit. Also, too, go check out High Five. Go follow them both. They are great content creators. We will be doing some new stuff a little bit later after this, but I figure again, since High Five was the first in and ready to go, we'd do a quick review on his 20-minute video.
Didn't pick a kit, guys. I didn't pick a kit because it's a new account. I forgot I needed a kit. I don't have gaps. I don't have gaps.
I don't have a just plate for you, I'm afraid.
Alright, let's just go mid. Go mid. We can. Oh, they beat us to mid, bro. We can't be second.
No, it's fine. I can bridge.
Yeah, make sure you do that fully, please.
Yeah, dead.
Friends here. I don't have a chest plate though, so I don't want to risk it.
Chest plate,
Yeah, dead.
There's a chest plate in the chest.
I got it. Bridge safe if you need to, Samuel. I don't want to lose you.
Sounds like something straight out of a romance.
I don't want to risk Isaac's bridge either. Wait, Isaac, move! I'm really stressed. Ah! Oh, the guy here. He opened the chest, which means he's probably pocket edition. He's having Okay. That's fine. We can get the refill.
One of them's dead. One of them died. I'm gonna chase this guy.
Yes, sir.
I like this part. Can we get some progress updates though? I think that'd be a very nice little addition to it, because I'm seeing all of the combat going on. I'm seeing all this kind of stuff happening, but I'm kind of lost in. I guess the purpose of the section is to like montage out you guys. Well, excuse me, unprofessional. To montage you guys actually playing the game, but maybe something to tie it all together, like a win-loss count up at the top, or eliminations, or even moments just quickly describing what's going on, because it is so fast right now. It's really hard to figure out.
Something.
Dead.
And that's mostly because I don't play Sky Wars. Maybe potentially if I did play this game, I would have a much easier time like reading what's going on. It depends on your market, right? If your market are regular Sky Wars players, then don't even listen to me. This is probably just fine. But from a casual viewer, I'm a little bit lost with all of the action. Even though, like, and also too, we haven't like segmented directly, or it doesn't feel like there was a deliberate segmentation into this montage. So I still feel like I'm part of the storytelling, and maybe it's just, I'm just kind of blurbing here. So you have to get more people to take a look at this. But I feel like we're in the montage, and I didn't even know that I was already in the montage.
Oh, I see the guy. Oh, is it just one left?
Push him.
Yeah. I'm dead! I don't know. I think I understand what the stress is doing to me. Yes. No, kill him. Just kill him. Okay, good.
You just walked right into the lava? Okay.
This was a good morale booster as we dominated that first game, but it was also an eye-opener as we saw how easy it was to slip up and die. One small mistake could be all
I also do really like where you're standing to talk to people. I'm just going to back this up for 2 seconds to show you.
As we dominated.
Very nice scene. Now, of course, you are limited by view distance, but at least you picked a really nice spot that's not too noisy, meaning there's not much going on. You're the focus right here, and also, none of that. I love it. You are going here. You're moving the camera around. You're making it look nice, right? You're actually making it look clean, and you're making it look like your character is actually talking without making everything shake and shake and shake and shake.
That first game, but it was also an eye-opener as we saw how easy it was to slip up and die. One small mistake could be all it takes, because if we lose just one game, we could lose it all. But I pushed those thoughts to the side and headed confidently into game 2.
Oh, flip, guys, I forgot to pick a kit again. You didn't remind me.
Oh, I'm eating food. Okay, I'm going.
Well, oh, I'm gapping, wait. Okay, I'm coming in.
Oh, I'm hurt. Oh, they hurt.
Oh,
they hurt me.
Flip.
Oh,
flip. I'm dead.
I'm
You
dead.
good? Oh, flip.
Oh.
No!
Right, Seth, you just gotta let the other teams kill each other. Why did? Oh, flip, man. This could be over. It could be over now.
Not over yet. Guy, on me.
He's coming. Yeah.
I want to stop.
Guys, we rushed, but there's no coordination. Why are they building a mad fort?
We shouldn't have
Just as a note, what I'm noticing right now, the theme of all of the clips that you're showing me is that you guys are struggling. Now, this may not be true. You've already told me that you dominated the previous match, but in terms of showing me like a lost fight after lost fight after lost fight, my expectation is set up as the viewer that you guys are going to be working really hard to achieve your victory. I would consider at some point trying to figure out like what perspective or what you're trying to show the viewer, because if you're showing loss after loss after loss after loss, then all of a sudden it's a victory, then the viewer doesn't feel satisfied at all. It's a very much like, wait, where did that come from? But what you can do is throughout the video give hints that you're actually winning. That way the viewer the entire time doesn't see loss after loss after loss and just assumes loss, but they see loss, loss, ooh, small victory, maybe they got it. You know, ooh, small victory, maybe they got it. Loss, ooh, small victory, maybe they got it. And then I feel smart as a viewer predicting or attempting to predict whether or not this is a win. Just a quick note. I don't think there's anything terrible about there's nothing bad in the video, just that's my perspective. I feel like things are not going your guys' way. So how is it that you guys have gotten out of that? And potentially you go into this a little bit more later on, but even that first section, that's really that was a very like a turnaround for me. You're like, you show you guys struggling in these funny moments, and then you're like, that was easy. I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess that was easy.
Seth, oh my days.
Oh my god.
Just like that, it was all over. We'd barely even started and we'd already lost. Clearly I'd never be good enough to get a world record. I don't know why I was so stupid to think I could do it.
And yes, you're right. Okay, so you did end up in a loss here. That's fine, but that's just perspective on the previous one where it was a little bit weird, and then what's being set up here. Again, it's not a critique, just like a general point. Set up a lots of losses, you want to set up losses with a little bit of wins. Potentially there could be set up a whole bunch of wins, go a steamroll, have some kind of framing for that.
Except that we simply weren't good enough. But wait, Seth, why is there so long left in the video? Okay, you got me. I realised that because the record I was going for was a win-loss ratio, the wins I had to get were proportionate to the amount of losses I had. And so because I'd never lost on this account, to get a ratio of 8-1, I was allowed to lose just one game. That means we had a second chance. All we needed was 7 more wins. But this time, we actually couldn't lose anymore. There'll be no more second chances. And we'd already seen how easy it is to lose. And so we had to lock in as we head into the third game.
I still didn't get gap kit. Flip. The fact we lost on our second game though.
It's the
guys,
epic Pepe like memes.
Concentrate. Isaac, you need armor, bro. Isaac, come back, Isaac. You would die in like 2 hits, bro. Take armor, take armor.
On me? Shall I just bridge or nah? Not worth it.
I think we go in.
Trident at me.
Going. I'm dead!
Oh my word.
I died. I actually
like
died.
the music. Confident.
You
getting
didn't
the
gap!
vibe right now that you guys got this.
I didn't gap either.
No, guys,
I killed him.
I'm stressed. I'm so stressed. No, we need this win.
Okay, Isaac, we need to pan. Isaac, we need to pan. Isaac, I'm gonna go mid.
So
Ready?
it is a 2v2 if you go mid, but it's risky. Because they've got better gear than you, 100%. How's it going?
He's low.
Flip. The team is there. Run. Oh no, one of them fell off.
High5 says this bit isn't too much editing and you're not too happy about how you... Something I will point out quickly, and Mr. Beast was very clear about this. You don't need to work too hard in the last half of the video. As long as you set everything up correctly so that the viewer is now reading everything. It's like if you're making a video game, you got to work really hard at the tutorial to make sure everybody understands every little bit. But the further on you get into the game, you're starting to eliminate all the casual viewers. Welcome back, Culprid. I'll even point out, Culprid knows this with his stream. And sorry, Culprid, you're kind of in on like a back end. There are certain things that you want to work really hard to give your first impression to the people that are viewing whatever you're doing. And then once you've filtered through those people, and there's people that they're going to leave anyways, they had no intent of being there. There's going to be people that they just don't have time to watch it. There's going to be people that don't like the content and they leave right away. But once you've gone through all the average person that wouldn't be there, and you've retained the people that normally they're looking for type of content that you have, then you can just extend the video out and you get more value per second. Like the video game analogy, if you teach a player how to use their healing ability, well, then you don't need to reteach them. You don't need to spend that time every single time. You can now throw 100 enemies, and the further on you go into the game, the less you need to explain to the player. The less you need to explain to the player that they need to heal themselves. So when you're showing off moments at the very start, things like alts and also whatever, Culprit says you have to know what content you're trying to go for. That's exactly it, right? So you want to focus on something that's a little bit general at the very start, and then the further on you go, the more you want to like refine into what that person is that you're watching for, what that person's watching for in your video. Are they watching for combat? Are they watching for highlights? Are they watching for commentary? Well, you can continue. You start with everything. You start with editing, commentary, information, memes. You start with all that stuff, and then you get to your core audience. Further on you go. And so Culprit does mostly streams, but he's very, very good at this. So when there's groups of people and he starts streaming, he's got all these initial things that are really, really fun that people can mess with. They can quickly jump in, maybe spawn something on him, or they can, quickly talk in chat. Culprit says you can do all the micro shit later, but you need to macro it. Exactly it. So he's got all the small little bits, but then his whole stream, let me bring it in. He's got the whole picture ready, and then he goes in and then refines the stuff that he really likes later on. That's kind of the best. That's the same thing with the video. That's what Mr. B specifically says, is when you start, you want the best thumbnail, you want the best intro, you want the best highlight, you want to just get everything out there right away. And then later on in the video, once you've taught all the viewers how to watch your video, then they can really focus on the things that they want to focus on, like the challenge, whatever, fun the last. So you're funneling the entire time, right? Large picture, large funnel, small picture, hardcore viewers.
This guy.
Isaac, careful.
I did show you. Hold my videos up.
Okay,
I killed one.
okay, nice. It's a 2v1 now.
Isaac, come with me.
Hit him.
Careful.
Dead.
Yes.
This guy's
Yes. Good job.
I just realized too. I don't have...
Nice. Last guy. Hey, Isaac, just be careful on the bridges.
Oh my god.
Oh
no.
No.
Oh my gosh. It's a 1v1. No, Sam. We actually can't lose this one. Like, this one, actually. Oh, yeah. I don't know where he is. He's across.
Just to show quick.
He's bridging back. He's escaping. Go now. He's
Take
gone
a
down.
video.
He's gone down. No. He's coming round to the front now.
The recent one.
He's in that chest.
Recent big ones.
Go. No.
Yes!
No. Yes! Let's go! Let's go! That's 3.
Let's go!
3-1. What is bro doing?
That's the fall off right there. Now, that's a point of retention. Or where is it? That's the point of retention where people are staying for the thing that whatever I'm doing. Now, I need personally to take that bump and maintain that. That's going to be the core audience that I'm attempting to get in. Everybody else, it's more of like 80% of people that come in, they were not going to watch the video anyways. This is what Mr. Beast's little thing looks like. It's just a lot higher. So by the very end, he's retaining maybe about 30 to 40%, where I am retaining 8%. But at the very start, you can see there's quite a bump in terms of viewership, because that's where we're focusing most of the editing, and then we can maintain people from there. And that's where personally I have to figure this out, but that's where you have to figure this out from your video. And look at that, 21, this is crazy, 105 views 2 days ago, 21 upvotes or 21 thumbs up. Dude, you're already doing really well. This video is I think this video is gonna hit about 1,000 views. Usually if you get this many thumbs up right away. Oh, did I skip something? No. Oh no.
I killed one.
He's in that chest. Oh, he almost.
Where was that? Did I? Oh no. Help me, high five. Where was I? We were before that. Oh no.
Let's go! That's 3.
Let's go.
3-1. What is bro doing? Stop him. No! I'm gonna. Oh.
Alright, that's 4 out of 1. 4 to 1.
4-1.
Right here. We're good enough.
4-1.
We'll start here.
I'm ready to go mid. Oh wait, our teammate's going, bro. Our teammate's going. Oh, he's giving up. He's going a bit slow now.
Yeah, just watch out for the things on the
I
side.
only have boots.
Oh, never mind. He's got. Oh! He almost killed me, but it's okay.
Oh, people.
Oh, flip. I need a.
No, I sent them back. I sent them back.
I killed him.
Why is there so many?
Oh, flip. I was not ready for that.
Gap. Oh
He
my
does not
God.
take knockback.
Oh, he really doesn't. Wait, what? No, he actually, like actually. Oh, never mind.
Watch out.
Broski.
A small thing that some YouTubers do is they put sound effects when specific events happen that they want people to focus on. High5 says at this point you had not much time to finish the editing, so you kind of rushed it.
It would be nice to have a bow at this point, but you know, it's fine.
Now, there are different different methods you can use to make editing a lot easier, and this is what I'm actually learning quite a bit when editing Overwatch games. Set specific rules for when things happen, add X, Y, and Z with that event. So for example, when I feel like 2 ultimates in my game in Overwatch, when I feel like 2 ultimates go off and they get a lot of value, I am now going to zoom into that section. And what that allows me to do is rip through the timeline really quickly, look at every single event that happened, and just every time I see something that looks like the event that I'm talking about, I go in, I quickly edit it, move to the next one. Quickly edit it, move to the next one. Quickly edit it, move to the next one. Welcome in, Drafty. How you doing today, man? It's been a long time. Welcome in. High5, just so you know, Drafty is one of our kind of OG Minecraft players. He's been around for a while, played on our SMP for quite a bit. Welcome in. Drafty, we are watching High5. He's a brand new up-and-coming Minecraft YouTuber, and he's got an excellent YouTube series that he's been putting out. So we're reviewing and reacting to it. A little bit worried that the last half isn't as good in terms of editing, but that's where I was just saying, of course, if you pick those events, if you, go give High5 a follow. He makes some pretty good Minecraft content. I was hooked the moment he sent me his first video. Next upload will be SMP. Awesome. So, what was I saying? Yeah, if you go through every single event and you know that, let's say somebody dies, and let's put a asterisk on this. Let's say they die by sword. Why not add a sword clanging sound in there? Just a note. That way you can quickly rip through the timeline, find every single sword fight event, and add in those sound effects or those type of memes or those types of edits. I'm not too happy with my recent scraps video, but it's close to what I want in terms of setup, meaning like every single time some large event happens, it's just quickly ripping through the timeline. There's no other way of putting it, really. You're just finding that one thing, and you're adding it in really quickly, and that way you don't have to or at least this is the way I felt like I edited before, and I think a lot of people edit. They go through the timeline one spot. They go through the timeline periodically, and then they'll go, what should I do in this moment? And they'll grab this asset, spend a whole bunch of time building their scene. You don't need to do that. If you have some general idea about what you're doing in every single moment, if there's swords happening, if someone throws, I don't know, I know there's something, you throw like an exploding sheep at somebody, if somebody falls to their death, if someone falls to their death, throw a Yoshi sound in there, right? And then maybe you do something funky with that. And that way at least you're templating your moments to make it a lot easier to edit.
Oh, my bow broke.
Oh, no, you're on me. Teammate coming as well.
I need to gap.
I need to gap as well. I forgot about gap.
I'm dead.
And it doesn't even need to be something like the same sword sound. You can just have a general rule. Put in a sword clanging sound every time somebody fights with swords. And it would be kind of funny. Part of the meme is every time the swords hit, it's a brand new sword sound. But that's, it just makes your life a lot easier when editing.
I'm gonna die. I'm dead.
Rather just save me. Oh, flip. You went down.
When you're
I
getting
just
chased,
somehow be hopped.
how do you
Off the
display
map.
someone getting chased?
Another guy pushing you, sir.
Oh, flip. I'm actually dead. I'm not.
Flip.
I might be. I actually might be.
How have I died like that, man?
If you touch this and still fishing,
Okay, you got time. You can run. Just
Where's
4v
teammate?
you and your teammate. I don't know where our teammate is.
Pushing you, sir, pushing you.
Find our teammate. Find
Only
our
iron,
teammate.
Only one.
Find our teammate. Oh, he's actually not bad. He's actually
Okay,
quite
his
good.
teammate's coming. You got to finish him now. Behind you.
He's on 1 HP.
They're all down there. I wouldn't challenge.
Flip, I'm dead.
Run back up. One's hot. One died.
Watch out!
I'm dead.
There's
no way.
Okay. I'm fine with
We
injecting
lost.
memes.
Just like
Modern
that,
memes.
the amount of wins we needed
Then
for
I
the
love it
record
as-
double.
That's nice. High five as a transition, right? Fade out to something. It's a sad moment. And then your voice too comes in relatively soft. You have been kind of mumbly for the past bit, but this is a little bit more of an empathetic voice, and I really like that.
From 8 to 16, and as we desperately queue games and attempt to get back to where we were, we encountered loss after loss after loss. Our goal just became more and more impossible to beat. There was nothing else we could do other than try to win, but we found that the more we tried, the more we failed. It got to the point where we just had to accept that we wouldn't be able to break the record. I'd have to live with my Discord mocking me forever. And you know what? Maybe I deserve it. Clearly, we'll never be as good as we hoped we were. I guess it was never meant to be. Unless,
cry
in the beginning of
every
the video,
time.
I said I only had one completely untouched alt account, but I do also have one more alt account. Although it's not untouched and so it has some history, it'll be better than the new practically impossible one. This was my last alt, so this really was our one and only chance we had left. I logged on to see what we had to work with. I had 1 win and 4 games played, which meant we needed 23 more wins without losing once. It would be very hard. We couldn't make any mistakes whatsoever. We run into sweats, teamers, and even hackers. But you know what? We had a point to prove. We weren't going to let anything get in our way. We needed to prove that we could do this. And you know what they call me? They call me the GOAT.
How many wins? 23.
Yeah.
Guys, we have to be on the job right now. If we lose the game, it's actually done.
See, don't be on the road too tough, but I still cut you with the local tugs. Could've ran off the plug, but I kept it real and I showed him love. Lil bro with a
music's-
poker touch, where we grow up is so corrupt. Fancy me on the block, go nuts, I'm not in my bag,
Not
I'm
a common
loading,
thing over here in
loading.
North
Back then
America.
it was hand to hand, nowadays I don't have no
Not a common
involvement.
style,
In the trap,
but
I stay on my
I like- I
own,
really
I'm
like
home
it.
alone, Macaulay coking. YJ no commentated, it's complicated, cause the case still open. The boys in blue trying to find them clues in the station, problem solving. Bro just jumped out the ride with a mask on face like he dodging COVID. Jumped off the porch and went my own way, no way, I don't owe no orders. Free all the guys and rest in peace to all of the fallen soldiers. The world full up of impactive distractions, so we all lose focus.
Building a redstone door? I don't know what he's doing. He's new to redstone, he's never seen redstone before, he's trying to figure it out in a Skywars game, man. What? Woozy cargo, 7
Okay, I'm okay with the pace shift there. That's nice.
3-3-1. He's
Funny,
watched the
eh?
Mumbo Jumbo video and now he thinks he's the GOAT, bro. Oh my gosh. Alright, suffocate him, suffocate him.
Wait, actually.
Aw, it's probably some like little kid.
Oh.
Some little kid on his mobile phone.
No,
He doesn't know what game mode he's
Build the
in.
wall higher first, build the wall higher first. Boxing mechanism. Not on that side, but okay, yeah.
Please don't get hit.
Ah, there's somebody attacking me right
Now,
now.
suffocate. Come, careful. No.
Oh,
Not again.
I am under the
No.
water. Please help me.
No way, not again. Not again. No.
I still cut you with the local tugs.
my kill as well.
Alright, last kill.
that's pretty funny.
Wait,
That was
actually,
good, that's
oh,
all
No,
right.
I'm gonna.
Blow him up.
I actually blew him up.
Okay, this is a graveyard, bro. Wait. Hold up. Pose up.
Pose up for the camera.
this bit up.
Camera.
Wait. Oh my gosh, wait. Let me get the angle. Okay, look a bit to the left. No, upper left.
That's
bit more. Look up a bit. I suck. Nice job.
Okay, we are clipping
Thanks,
into
sir.
like funny moments, which I'm totally fine with. It's
Before we knew it, we only had one more
and
game left. If
I
we
was
won,
gonna say if it goes on for too long, it's gonna be paced a bit much. But this is good actually. I liked you cut out before it got boring.
this game, we get the record. It all came down to this. Everything was on the line. With our hopes high, we queued our final game.
And it's OP loot. Oh my gosh, OP loot. I saw the guys going.
No,
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
half
push everyone I see.
I need beans.
I think you're gonna die on that bridge if you got. I can do it with a bow, guys.
Same.
Why have you done the bridge like that?
I
Why
told
is that
you.
block?
I
No,
literally
listen.
warned you. I
Why
literally
that block
warned
at the end of the bridge? Who
you.
put
I
the block
literally
there?
told you it was gonna happen. On us, on us.
On you guys, on you
I
guys.
really think you should sound effect things like falling off of stuff, and or maybe even like wah wah or something like that when someone messes up. Like,
No.
imagine the rules would be like, if somebody dies because of their own fault, because they messed something up, then oh, Ben, hey Ben, how you doing, man? Welcome in, welcome in. Ben says the video is good. There we go. Actually, we can ask Ben for a quick review there in chat also. High Five says he thinks he could have made the final game a bit more cinematic as well. Absolutely, there's a little bit more you could do on this, no problem. But just to make it easier, right? You just need to add a little bit more. Like I say, if someone dies of their own fault, you could add like a consistent sound or whatever, like something, a meme or something over top of it, and that way you can just quickly rip through all the footage and then find those moments, and then it emphasizes a little bit more the moments that you're trying to show off. Because I do see what's going on, I do understand it, but it takes a little bit of my small monkey brain to follow along, and yeah.
I got top so low there.
Man on.
Man on, two men on, two men on, two men on, two men on. Everyone kick it. One in line.
Slow falling.
Behind you, Seth, behind you, Seth.
Behind you.
I will point out quickly, just because we are doing Minecraft stuff, you guys see in the top right? Let me point this out. This is our Minecraft server. So, if you ever feel at all High Five, like you want to lay your mark on the stream, you can come in here to the Scrub Club community server that we have going. And we got a 2D pixel art plane. You are welcome. Why does it show the there? I gotta fix that. This is Scrub Place. Exactly, it is Scrub Place. So if you hop onto the Scrub Club community server cluster and you type /Scrub Place /server Scrub Place, then you can actually build art on the stream all the way up there. I have it fully integrated, even with the intro section. You can see it in the back there.
What is this guy doing?
Dead. I got bowed from Johnston Monster, bro.
What?
Another guy middle, middle guy middle, middle, one guy.
Okay, this guy's just walking backwards.
It is a little bit, I don't know if you're on like a mobile device or you're on like an Xbox or a PlayStation, but with a little bit of tweaking, you can connect to the server. If you really want to, and if your community wants to come in and put a giant High Five logo somewhere on Scrub Place, you are definitely welcome.
He's in blocks.
He's in last team.
Yeah, last team, last team, last team, last team, last team, last team. Pull in, get in there, baby, get in. Love that. Throw them off, saw them off. Come on! No! How did he cut that? He couldn't.
Yay! We had done it! We broke the world record! This was amazing! Now all we had to do was wait for the leaderboard to update.
Hold
so I
on,
can
hold
prove
on
my
one sec.
Okay, this guy's just walking backwards.
That was one of those moments where if I was more experienced with Hypixel Skywars or Skywars in general, I'd imagine I would understand right away that I was nearing the end of that video. Right there, I didn't. I'll be fully honest. I was watching, still thought I was watching kind of montage style stuff, and maybe this is where you're pointing out, High Five, that you would like this to be a little bit more cinematic. So, yeah, I believe the cinematicness that you're talking about really is just really showing off the fact that the game is about to end and that something is about to happen. Because it's literally just, boom, we did it. So, cool. Anticlimactic. Yes, exactly. Actually, it's not anticlimactic. It's just more of just a flat. Like, anticlimactic is like, hey, this is rising, and then nothing. This is more of like, hey, stuff's going on. Yay, we won. It's like, yeah.
Is it last team?
Yeah, last team. Pull in. Get in there. Get in that, baby. Get in. Love that. Boom.
It's
Sort
music.
them off. Come on.
It's epic music. I think even better music at this moment would be. Like, we hear a little bit coming.
Yeah!
We had done it! We broke the world record! This was amazing! Now all we had to do was wait for the leaderboard to update so that I can prove my point to the whole world. Or we could queue some more games and try to extend the record.
Should we play till we lose just to extend it? Or not?
Sure.
But if we lose within the next 8 games, that means we've not got the world record anymore.
Oh.
Nah, let's keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a stupid idea. But what made it even more stupid is that we were messing around in the world record holding games, which literally risked the world record.
I felt like there is basically no need for further, right?
Ice cream.
Whilst fully knowing losing the game would also lose the record, I decided to box my teammate.
Bro is just.
Not only that, I somehow managed to literally blow him up.
What's in the box challenge? Today we got
It's a 4v4.
I'm gonna push him.
one Isaac Skirm.
Oh, flip. I don't know why they need to put more down.
And then I killed him again the next game.
Professional teamwork here. Real teamwork.
These are the world record holding games, and I'm killing my teammate. What is this? But somehow, thankfully, we won all those games. Until my best teammate, Hyper Bro, somehow didn't get in the game we queued.
Wait, I'm not in. I'm in the lobby.
And then my other teammate, Highcat Britain, just decided to fall off the map on his own, leaving me all by myself.
Isaac, do not fall off that bridge, I beg you.
Oh, he cut off his sentence, so I actually thought he died.
Oh, he's dead.
But thankfully, I managed to clutch up using my insane skill and...
How many?
Yeah, I'm lying. We lost the record.
No way. No way.
I know. Tragic. But a couple weeks later, when I'd already started editing the intro for this video...
I would say this section is a little climatic. Just a little bit anticlimactic. Right? I feel more of like I'm being told what's happening than I am being shown what's happening. And like what I should feel is I should feel the tension and like, yes, obviously there's the joking around and by accidentally messing things up. High five, this is when you're a little bit late posting. Fine. I've heard from everybody too. It's better to wait and spend a little bit more time working on your video than it is to try and post on schedule. A good video is good forever. A bad video delayed indefinitely. Well, it is a good video, right? So I'm not saying this is a bad video. And anyway, I like this video. I really want to be clear. It's a good effort, right? But I don't think it's as well paced as your previous ones, and you know this yourself. Like you are very clear in chat about the struggles that you had, basically. I was gonna say shortcut, but not really shortcuts. It's just more of like you run out of time. You're already delayed, and it felt like you were just procrastinating, so you just uploaded it. I'm there too. I literally last video, man. I'm there right now, and I don't know how much more I want to put into it, and I'm not super happy with it, but whatever.
Samuel and I were playing Skywars on stream, and this...
You can always get better and better. Like, don't get me wrong, too. don't delay a video forever, right? If you think it's good enough, if you think it's whatever, this is fine, right? It's a good something for people to go out. Like, and sometimes too, you don't want to commit too hard on a piece of art, right? Sometimes a piece of art can just take you ever and ever and ever and really take away from other projects. So it is better at some point just to go, you know what, this is it. This is the project. Done. Get it out there. So that's fine. We're good with that.
Words do not want to leave.
Oh, what? Is that world record? 23 seconds. We won in 23 seconds. Wait, what actually is the record?
I checked, and yes, that was the world record for the quickest game. So you're telling me all our effort, all the games we queued, all the time and effort we put in was for absolutely nothing? What do you mean we did all that for nothing?
Thumbs up. I like that video, dude. That was really good. You did something like that every single week too. Like, excellent. It's totally like, I can see your community growing and getting a good following. I really like the video. Of course, again, there's small stuff that we can get incrementally better. You need real editing programs. You need real editing. You need a PC. You need a real editing setup. I think your skills would just take off if you had a proper setup to record and release at least full 1080p footage. Hopefully something more like 4K, which but you'll get there. You'll absolutely get there. The technology doesn't make the artist, right? The artist uses the technology. So for now, perfect. I think you're on the right track, High Five. There's not really anything major that's critical. I love the little edits. You're starting to add in more moments that are highlighted. The user, like, as a viewer, I feel rewarded for paying attention. There are obviously a few moments you said that drag out a little bit because there's not like a lot of editing, or there's not a lot of contextualization going on in that moment, a lot of storytelling going on in that moment. But overall, job, man, very, very good job. I could probably even give it a quick score. Well, we're gonna just do regular paint because that's what comes up. I think editing, EDIT. That's Ben says he edited a video for his friend. The first half is decent, and he wasn't sure what to do with it, so the rest was a bit sloppy. That's the way a lot of videos. That's the way a lot of videos and a lot of content goes. Let's go. What did I miss something? It's paint. Ah, yes, Comfort. It's paint. Exactly. Editing. I'm gonna give your editing like a 7 out of 10 here. I'm gonna start to get a little bit more strict too. Overall with your projects. High Five, just because I've seen you around. You're starting to get more videos out. You're starting to build a little bit of following. And also too. I don't know how old you are, but I got my first full-time job when I was 18. I was working since I was 16. I got my first PC when I was 16. I paid for it myself. You may be busy with other stuff, but you can definitely save and do that. So as a YouTuber, as a content creator, you have to invest in yourself. So do your best to put stuff towards the projects that you're good at. This is good. So I'm gonna start to raise the bar. You're 17. You just got a part-time job recently. Excellent. Save up for a PC. Put a few dollars aside every single paycheck, and make sure you get like a laptop that has something decent in it. Even to potentially source out, get something used just to get a little bit better machine. You need it. So with that in mind, with your situation in mind, I'm still going to be on that. We're still going to start to level that up. No longer going to be an excuse that things are not set up because you're doing it all on a mobile device. Just so you're aware. I'm not going to be critical because I'm hard on it. But editing is a 7 out of 10. I'm going to do quality, which is the overall, like, how well the assets look in the video, how well you've set up the scenes, how well you've done transitions, quality. Okay. overall, I do think your quality is good. You could be a little bit actually, you could be a little bit more descriptive with your visual presentation. So like I said, different transitions for different events. So when something happens, like I said, when someone's getting chased or when someone jumps off of the edge or whatnot, a little bit more stuff that helps us, the viewer, kind of understand what's going on, and that'll improve the overall quality, higher quality assets in general too. And if you can get away with it, high five, can you render in a little bit of higher quality too? So quality, I'm actually going to put at a 6. Yikes. 6 starts to feel a little rougher, but that's fine. Remember, I'm critiquing you based off of higher expectations. That's it. Okay, I'm going to put story. Right, story. We'll do it that way. Your PlayStation can only export at 720. Oh, you're doing it on your PlayStation. Or you're exporting from your PlayStation. That's fine. That's totally good. Okay, try and do it the highest quality you possibly can. You'll get there. That's keep in mind. High five. My first PC, there's 720 recording anything in 720. Oh my god, that would have been a dream. That would have been an absolute dream. I'm a bit of a boomer, but back in my day, we could not record our PC screens while gaming. We could barely game. So we're there. But story, I'm actually going to put at a 9 out of 10. Okay? Because I really believe that if you took your story... Oh my gosh, stories... Okay, there we go. If you took this existing story that you had and you applied a higher quality edit... it's higher quality in general and better editing, it would be like a million view, like without a doubt. It's funny. It's got a good premise to it. It's got a funny ending. The ending is like, it's a little bit unexpected, but it's also a bit ironic where it's like, oh, you guys went all through all of this, but now you're the world record holders, or, you know, that kind of thing. I thought you guys were going to do something like, we failed, but we went for the most deaths. #1 most deaths overall, right? Hey, look at me. I'm the jumping champ. Wait. Why did I... Oh, okay. Anyways, I guess I just picked up the star. Oh my god, down below there. What the heck? How did I win something? But yeah, I think the story's a 9. I think you're almost there. High five. Like, you are getting very, very close to having an excellent YouTube series. And it's going to be exciting to see where your SMP takes you to, the videos that are for that. Anyways, editing, quality, story, we're going to stick with that for now. Just 3 categories. There's a few other things that I could critique, but like voice acting, I want your voice acting to a little bit. I think that's still, yeah. I want that excited intro. I want to see, or I want to hear the different tones. You have a decent range. Excited. Scared. Tired. Angry. Right? I want to hear that. I want to hear that in your voice. Anyways. Hope that's a good perspective, guys. A good review. We spent how long? An hour reviewing your 20-minute video. As usual, we give it the thumbs up. We will leave a comment. Awesome video. And hopefully you get to see this view on your watch time. A big spike in watch time. Because we're going to be the viewer, like I say, that go to the very end. Like, we're in the condition right now where we watch the video all the way to the very end, and that's where you that's where the intro, if the intro is fun enough, I'll watch the whole thing. But if not, oh, we did watch it. Good video. I don't know how to say it. Cool. All right. Well, that was an excellent little, I guess, start to our day, everybody. Thank you so much, High Five, for bringing the video in. That was a lot of fun. I would also point out, too, just a general rule of thumb and idea. If you can make a 10-minute video really good and fun to watch, and or you could make a 20-minute video that's long and full of information. Make a 10-minute video, right? And then maybe later on, if that really works, then release the 20-minute video with the full clips, with the full length recording, with the full thing that you just did. I just realized too, what the heck? Do I not have my YouTube chat up? Second, guys. Here's my YouTube chat. Tech streams chat. There we go. Okay. My chat went missing. Okay. All right, let's go take a look and see what's going on the internet today, guys. We have GPT looking up some crazy stuff. We will take a quick peek at the Q3 internet disruption summary. Oh no, well, I've never seen this before in my life. Cloudflare radar. What is this? Internet traffic. Okay, so apparently there's been a bunch of internet outages around the world. We'll give this a quick read. And it says, i5 says you usually want to make it shorter, but you're really bad at keeping it short. It's hard to throw away stuff, especially when you love what's going on, especially when there's a lot of fun information. And you think too, like when you have your friends on and they're all talking, there's a lot of times when you're like, oh man, I really want to include these guys in the video. I think this would be really great if this moment was in here. But sometimes you just gotta cut. Cut. It's hard. But don't get too attached to it. That's something I'm learning with making my scraps videos. I'll just show. Here, one sec. You know what, guys? Let's do this. You're going to get, everybody who's here is going to get a free preview of the most recent Sunday scraps. I'll at least play the intro for everyone. This week, we raise a toast to the days of old. 6v6 makes a strong comeback as the best version we've played in years. Heroes have been meticulously changed to maintain their game feel for the two tanking legends who dominate the battlefield. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sunday Scrub Club Scraps. This captivating contest compels courageous competitors to step away from their familiar favorites and delve into diverse and daring heroes. But the subtle shift in skill sets spark a spectacular showdown. Good luck, gamers.
Alright.
I still think dipping Ryan or rocket jump and molting is something you should have in the game.
Come on, Ant Slam.
Oh, like when I...
Right.
Oh, it's that.
Yeah, then we had
White Weaver.
Oh my god.
Mulligan.
Here comes Reinhardt. I got hacked. That's so cringe.
I killed the hacker.
That's Ben in chat, by the way. He can... Ben gets slammed out by Bucket. Bucket's like one of our really, really good players. I don't know if I like that. Pushes fast pace, tests the two tanks in an unfamiliar game mode. Each team steps into the unknown, ready for a clash of old and new. I'm not gonna play this out too much. This is meant for I had to highlight that, Ben. I had to highlight. That was so freaking funny. All right. I don't know why. That one moment, Bucket's like, I got the hacker. Oh, good times. Good times. This video is going up. Is it ready? Let me. Bucket sucks. Get good, man. I'm not joking, Ben. I've said this a million times. You, in general, your FPS skills are close up to what Bucket is. You just don't. They're just not as well refined, right? You just I don't think you understand like the strengths of the competitive first-person shooter to really let your like individual skill shine. You actually do have a lot of individual skill, and I've seen it. The fact too that you like, I'm talking you up a little bit here, Ben. And and it's fine. Like I'm honest about it, and people know me. If I'm gonna be critical about someone, I'll be critical. But the how will I say that? But yeah, just because of the lack of like FPS direct competitive experience that you have, Bucket out game senses you, where I think a lot of your mechanics really shine, especially when we're in groups of like top 500 players. Like you have done excellent at playing in these games where people are masters, grandmasters, top 500, which like is anybody that plays Overwatch and anybody that plays Overwatch at a level below diamond knows that once you start playing up against masters players, you're either totally screwed or you can hold your own. There's never anywhere in between, and you're pretty good at holding your own. So I got to show that just because we do so much, and I gotta show that off. And high five. I gotta show this off. I'm not sure if you're looking too, but one of our recent scraps videos of 3,400 on another one. Part of it too is because you guys have been in here having me critique videos all the time, right? I really do a lot of what we've gone over with High Five's videos, with Monty's videos, with Yumi's, with everybody else's, has helped me learn a lot more about what makes a really good YouTube video. Yeah, that video. We have Ben says, I don't always combust in less than 5 seconds, so you're doing it fine. Yeah, that's a big thing. Especially once you get up to higher ranks, players generally do, like, are really good at killing people super quick. That's what lower elos struggle with. Anyways, let's take a look at this this Q4 2023 Internet Disruption Summary that I've been trying to read for a few minutes here. I think it's really interesting. Apparently, the internet has gone out in quite a few places of the world past a while, but take a look. Q4 2023 Internet Disruption Summary. Cloudflare's network spanned more than 310 cities or 120 countries. When we were, or where we interconnect over 13,000 network providers in order to provide a broad range of service to millions of customers. The breadth of both our network and our customer base provides us with a unique perspective on internet resilience, enabling us to observe the impact of internet disruption. During previous quarters, we tracked a number of government-directed internet shutdowns in Iraq, intended to prevent cheating on academic exams. We expected to do so during the fourth quarter, but there turned out to be no need. Discussed below. While we didn't see that set of expected shutdowns, we did observe a number of other internet outages and disruptions due to a number of commonly seen causes, including fiber or cable issues, power outages, extreme weather, infrastructure maintenance, general technical problems, cyber attacks, and unfortunately military action. As we have noted in the past, this post is intended a summary overview of observed disruptions. It is not an exhaustive or complete list of issues that have occurred during the quarter. Government directed. So guys, be very grateful not in one of these countries where the government can shut your stuff down. Government directed Iraq. In a slight departure from the usual suspect of this blog post, this time we lead off with coverage of government directed internet shutdowns that didn't happen. Iraq has been a frequent subject of this series of posts, as they have historically implemented a daily multi-hour internet shutdowns during exam periods, intended to prevent cheating. Earlier this year, there was some hope that this practice might be ending, and in our Q2 2023 Internet Disruption Summary post, we noted in the weeks prior to the start of this year's shutdowns, it was reported that the Iraq Ministry of Communications had announced that it had refused a request from the Ministry of Education to impose an internet shutdown during the exams as a part efforts to prevent cheating. Unfortunately, this refusal was short-lived, with shutdowns ultimately starting 2 weeks later. In addition to the second quarter shutdowns, they also occurred during the third quarter across multiple weeks, July, August, and September. It's very weird that they can shut down the internet is such a vital part of society, and who knows what it's like over there, but I'd imagine anybody that has internet has a significantly better life than anybody who doesn't have internet. The fact that people can just come in and go, well, you know what, my kids are taking an exam, I don't like them to cheat. Let's turn off things for hospitals and police forces and for people to get emergency services. I imagine there's some workaround, but nothing as efficient as the internet. During the fourth quarter, the third round of 12th grade high school final exams was scheduled to begin on November 13th and end on November 21st, taking place at 1300 hours local time. As shown in the schedule below, which published on the Iraq Ministry of Education Facebook page. This is just. However, in looking at internet traffic for Iraq during that period, it appears the nationwide internet shutdowns that would have normally taken place did not occur, as the graph shows a very consistent diurnal pattern with no evidence of disruptions to internet connectivity like we have seen in the past. Additionally, other civil society groups, academic researchers, and internet analysts that also monitor these shutdowns did not report seeing any drops in traffic. It is unclear whether a request for shutdowns was submitted by the Ministry of Education and again refused by the Ministry of Education, or if no request was ever submitted for this round of exams. Regardless, we hope that Iraq continues to keep the internet connected during future rounds of. Yeah, I'd imagine at some point they piss enough people off trying to shut it down that everyone would just go, nope. It's unusual, I want to point out, how casual that request is and how, I guess I'd imagine if there was only like a few internet nodes in the country that it would be a little bit more casual for someone to be like, hey, can we just turn this thing off? It's like turning the light off during the night, you know, that would be the same kind of thing to them. But I'd imagine this year, especially, things have gotten a little more heated. Military action. Palestine. On Saturday, October 7th, 2023, attacks from the Palestinian group Hamas launched from the Gaza Strip against the south of Israel started a new conflict in the region, with Israel officially declaring the next day that it was at war. This had an almost immediate impact on the internet traffic in both Israel and Palestine, with traffic in the former showing 170% growth as compared to the prior week, and 100% growth in the latter as compared to the previous week. These trends are discussed in our October 9th blog post. Wait. Internet traffic in both. So, when war started, internet in Israel and Palestine used more. You would think there'd be more outages, but of course, I'd imagine being a vital service for many of these places makes perfect sense. Everybody's going on the internet for information. Everybody's uploading video footage. Everybody's downloading video footage. Everybody's looking for what's going on. However, in the hours and days following the initial attacks, a number of Palestinian internet providers saw traffic fall significantly, many winding up largely or totally offline, potentially as a result of power outages caused by retaliatory Israel airstrike. Impacted network. Internet traffic trends. Okay, these are their different nodes. Complete outage. October 4th, 5th, October 6th. Yeah, we have an average. In addition to the outages illustrated above, throughout October, November, and December, Patel, Palestinian telecommunication company, posted a number of times on its official X account about disruptions to its landline, mobile, and internet services, citing causes including fiber damage due to bombardment, fuel depletion. Posts were made on throughout the whole month. This associated outages varied in length, some lasting for hours while others lasting for multiple days. Each outage is shaded graphs below, which show Altel traffic within 4 Palestinian governorates in the Gaza Strip region. HTTP requests. This is really cool, actually. They're keeping track of all the different people pinging out area. Fiber cable trouble. On November 13th, Telecom Nambia reported that it was experiencing interruptions to its fixed voice and data services areas, resulting from cable theft. So someone I'm pretty sure that means that someone just sawed into this cable and took it. The impact of these interruptions is shown in the figure below, with internet traffic disruptions between 13:45 local time on November 13th and 8:30 local time on November 14th. The disruption to connectivity due to cable theft was not an isolated incident, as the provider posted several additional notices on social media accounts. Cuba, a day later on November 14th, a notice about terrestrial fiber at the disrupted internet services. As a state-owned telecommunications provider in Cuba. The cut impacted internet traffic nationwide. So they're pointing out here there is only one internet service provider in Cuba, and well, when one of those service providers goes down, all internet goes down for the Cubans. As well as a network level disruptions. The disruption was relatively short-lived, occurring between 30 and 8:15 local time. So it was a very small outage. Chad, on December 7th, a near complete outage observed in Chad was reportedly due to fiber optic cable cuts in neighboring countries. A published article cited Suda Chad as claiming that the outage seen in the graph below was due to an issue with Camtel, a Cameroon partner. It also cites Move Africa. Milcom Chad. Apology to customers, points the fiber optic cut in Cameroon and Sudan as the root cause. Since simultaneous cuts in fiber optic cables in Chad's two neighboring countries would certainly be an unusual occurrence, isn't clear if such an event happened. That's what I wanted to I was going to point out really quickly. It seems weird that two cables would be cut right away. I don't think someone probably messed up. Someone rebooted their network and shouldn't have, or tripped over a power cable. Simultaneous cuts in fiber optic cables in Chad's two neighboring countries would certainly be an unusual occurrence. It isn't clear such an event happened. Though routing data for Suda Chad shows the network's two upstream providers, two in Cameroon. Three providers are also partners on WE Africa cable, which stretches from Port Sudan on the Red Sea, Sudan to Crete on the Atlantic Ocean, with Cameroon via Chad, but it isn't known whether that cable system outage. Disruption lasted approximately 14 hours, with the impact visible countrywide, as well as at Suda Chad, several downstream network providers. Higher internet outage. Cyber attacks. Now, cyber attacks in Ukraine. The Ukrainian internet provider was Kyivstar announced on the morning of December 12th that they were target of a powerful hacker attack. They noted that the attack caused a technical failure that resulted in mobile communications and internet access becoming temporarily unavailable. Although Kyivstar has been targeted around 500 cyber attacks, Russia launched the invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. This was reportedly the largest attack to date. A subsequent report referenced interview with Lilia Vaituk, the head of a cybersecurity department, the Ukraine Security Service, SBU, which she claimed that the hackers attempted to penetrate Kyivstar in March 2023 or earlier, managed to get into the system at least as early as May, and likely gained full access to the network in November. Recovery took several days, with Kyivstar posting on December 15th, "Internet is everywhere, but warning that connection speeds might be slightly reduced." Posts align with the traffic disruption shown in the figure below. Culprit says internally working for an ISP, there are homeless that cut fibers or make bonfires in trash cans that melt the lines under the ground. They do shallow drops in unfrequent locations, like along train tracks and near aqueducts. I've heard that before. It doesn't like. I agree. The big thing on the previous one was more of like the fact that there's two major cables. This is really cool. I want to point this out from I believe that's what these are, is like the actual main providers or the main internet nodes. I could be totally incorrect. This is a big assumption on my end, but that's what they're pointing out, is like, oh yeah, here's the node. Exactly. So it doesn't make sense that two nodes, two different countries would go down at the same time, but it could happen. You never know. Like you just said, somebody could someone could start a fire over top of where the cable is and totally melt out the cable. And I imagine in war zones. But this, what they're talking about here too, I'd point out for Ukraine, they're actually getting hacked. I was saying that in contrast to what you're saying. That's second section. Summary of what's going on. Power outages in Brunei. A power outage in Brunei on October 17th disrupted key services, including mobile and fixed internet activity. Starting around 11:30 local time, traffic was disrupted for approximately 13 hours, recovering to expected levels just after midnight local time. Okay. Kenya. A widespread power outage in Kenya on November 11th disrupted internet connectivity across the country for approximately 7 hours. An ex-post from Kenya Power at 20:30 local time reported a partial power outage, stating, we have lost power supply parts. We have lost power supply to parts of the country. Our engineers are working to restore supply to the affected area. Kenya Power kept customers informed of progress, posting updates at 2200 and 2357 the morning of November 12th. With the final update reporting, we have successfully restored normal power supply in all areas that were affected by the partial outage. Is it Koriko? How long is this? What else do we have? We have more Ukraine disruptions. Hawaii. We'll see if there's anything more relevant to us right now, because this is going to take like an hour to. Technical problems in Australia, Armenia, United Kingdom, Kenya. Sizable drop in. Let's take a look at the UK. Sizable drop in traffic was observed between 1500 and 21:30 local time on mobile and broadband internet provider 3K, December 1st. Although the provider had acknowledged that customers were experiencing issues, provided several updates, service restoration over the next day, it never disclosed any additional information on the cause of disruption. However, a published report stated a technical issues at one of his data centers cause of the problem, which impacted more than 20,000. This is a very interesting read. I love this kind of. Gives you a good perspective about what's going on in the world and sort of how internet service providers interact with each other. The internet isn't really this like one thing that everybody works together on. It's more of these small nodes where all you can do is reach out to the node and ask it, hey, are you there? Are you alive? And if it is alive, you can send packets through. Well, this is what Cloudflare is doing, is they have access thousands of different nodes, thousands of different connections across the world, and they ping out to different services. Now, this article matches what the government and what the ISPs say about the outages, and it's very clear not everybody is super open about when and how things go down, which obviously they're not incentivized to. If anybody has been with my community long enough, you guys will know one of the big jokes that we have is our Scrub Club server never goes down. Joke. Right? It goes down quite a bit. And I don't like it doing that, but it does go down quite a bit. So they're gonna do the same thing. It's very much there's Russian style propaganda where it's like, or even like, there is no war in Ba Sing Se. It never goes. See, even Ben, actually, I'm wrong. It never goes down. That's right, Ben. I appreciate it. I've never had anything go down ever in my life. We started running the server like a few years ago, and I've never seen any issue with it. Even my ISP's gone out, and it just worked. Just somehow it found the internet. So, even when I moved places, I pulled the server out, and it was still working. Amazing. Amazing. The power of Canadian servers. Expect that service from everyone. Canada. No, that's me. Very cool article for us tech geeks. The internet is magic. It is crazy. It is something else. You guys want to? Okay, I'm gonna say this over and over again. It's not the best show ever. Pantheon. If you have not seen Pantheon, guys, you gotta go watch. The internet has felt different to watch that show. It's like a new perspective of the internet. That's all I can say. I'm not gonna spoil. Go check it out, Pantheon. What do we have? We have Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump. Do we watch this? Is it anything crazy? It's nothing too crazy. I think you just kick somebody out. We're gonna give this a read anyways. Take a look and see. Not to signal boost. Unless it's anything. I'm gonna quickly read it. I don't want to. Like I said, I don't want to signal boost crazy shit. I just want to share that. It was just a heckler. It was just a heckler that kicked him out. Nothing. Okay, that's nothing. In large internet, there's large. Let's see. What do we have? Blog cybersecurity. Ooh, some cybersecurity stuff. I want to read this. I'm really interested in this. I don't care if you guys are interested or not. I'm interested. I find this stuff really cool. So we're going to read it. Get over it. The biggest year in cyber incident of... Oh my god. Probably again. I will read. Biggest cyber incidents of 2023. Cyber attacks increased significantly in 2023. Find the biggest cyber attack incident. Infographic and blog article. So they get a little infographic. We'll take a look. Cyber attacks increased significantly in 2023, according to Verizon's annual cybersecurity report. The number of reported cybersecurity incidents increased by 15% compared to 2020. Most common types of attacks in 2023 were ransomware attacks, phishing attacks, and distributed denial of service attacks. Find the biggest cyber incidents in our 2023 infographic and blog article. Can I click on this? Gonna let me open this up. Open image tab. The biggest cyber incidents of 2023. Really actually interesting. Darkbeam. Darkbeam is a cybersecurity company that provides cybersecurity services to businesses and individuals. Oh my god. Try this one more time. Reset. Darkbeam. Darkbeam is a cybersecurity company that provides security services to businesses and individuals. September 2023, the company said a hack exposed the personal data of more than 3.8 billion people. The compromised data includes names, email addresses, phone numbers, and passwords. The cybercriminals managed to access an interface of Darkbeam called Elasticsearch and Kibana. The interface allows companies to visualize and analyze their data. Cybercriminals were able to exploit a vulnerability in the interface to access sensitive data. Hey, got Made in USA. Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate it. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Still haven't gotten the live chat up. It's a big pain in the butt with my multiple accounts. Appreciate you coming in. We're going over the biggest incidents of cybersecurity, or biggest cybersecurity incidents, or biggest cyber incidents of 2023. Just ripping through there. They have an infographic thing going on right now. So welcome in. I appreciate you, man. Real Estate Wealth Network. In 2023, a group of cyber criminals attacked the Real Estate Wealth Network, RWEN, a network of real estate professionals and investors. The attackers gained access to sensitive data, including personal information, financial records, and investment strategies. The attackers were able to trick RWEN employees into clicking on a malicious link, allowing them to install malware on the company's computer. Thanks to this, the attackers were able to move around the network, gaining access to more sensitive data. According to Security Week, Arwen exposed more than 1.5 billion records, with database exposed on the internet that contained 1.16 terabytes of data. MGM. On September 12th, 2023, MGM Resorts International, a Las Vegas-based hotel and casino company, was the victim of a cyber attack. The hackers gained access to confidential customer data, such as names, addresses, phone numbers, email addresses, bank accounts, and credit card numbers. MGM said hackers used a security flaw in the computer system to access data. The cost of the MGM cyber attack in 2023 is estimated 1.5 billion. ICMR, India Council of Medical Research. In October 2023, data leak occurred with the Indian Council of Medical Research, Indian government agency responsible for medical research. The leak revealed personal information of more than 815 million people, including COVID-19 test results, email addresses, phone numbers, health information. Our information is not safe at all on the internet, guys. I'd imagine my name, address, and information is out there 100 times over. This stuff gets sold like crazy. I'm surprised. So we have MGM here. What was it? Sorry, not MGM. We had the real estate network. It's only 1.16 terabytes of data. That's a single drive. Made in USA review says, is hacking a bad company good? Neither. What it means, well, first off, it's hard to moralize a company, right? Even though there's companies that you can like personally go after, you can say like, okay, I don't like what this company's doing. It's hard to moralize it because of their customers. The customers are the ones that are suffering here. Company. When you get somebody hacking something, unless the company is based around a Bitcoin wallet and your job is just stealing the Bitcoin wallet, the data that's in it damages the customers. It doesn't damage the company. And not only that too, most of these systems are licensed across multiple platforms. So a single hack on one company is actually a lot of the times a hack on multiple companies. Because what you're doing is you're exposing a standard piece of software or a standard vulnerability to a piece of software to the rest of the world. Not only that too, but if all of your information is in one of these leaks, and not even just information if you're a customer, okay? If a company decides that you are of interest to it, it is going to create what is called a ghost account. Yes, there's things called ghost accounts. So you don't actually exist in their account, but they have a fingerprint of you, all of the information that they know about you, based on all of the interactions that everybody else has around you. You mean more of a terms of hacking into a company and discovering they're harvesting data or something? Well, that's was it post hoc rationalization? I think that's the fallacy. It's like I killed the guy and then I learned he was a pedophile, right? It's like, okay, well that's not really like like I do understand, like morally you kill him, he's a pedophile, you're like, oh, woo, that was really good, right? But you're not killing him. The hack doesn't like you're not going after the company. You're actually attacking the children that are being victimized. It's just looking, not killing. But it's just looking. You're not looking at things the person did or the company did. You're looking at stuff the customers did, and then you're also looking at things like the ghost accounts, right? So what can happen? Let's say, for example, they know a little bit about you and they somehow siphon some data and they know your birth date, they know your address, they know your city that you were born in, they know your mother's maiden name. Well, guess what? They have most passwords out there. Just for looking. What should happen is the company doesn't matter when the software is strong enough. Okay? In the future, we're all going to use the same network protocols, right? That's the idea. Is we're gonna shave the network protocol down into something that is 100% secure. We can guarantee it's secure. Now, if you're one of those people that say networks are never 100% secure, that's wrong now. I'm not saying, I'm pointing at any one of my viewers. The general you, meaning anybody in the chat. If you guys think there is 100% no way to get into systems, or sorry, think that sorry, let me rephrase that. If you think there is a 100% chance that someone could get into almost any system, you just don't understand networks well enough. Simple as that. The problem is the existing world. You're running an SQL server with a certain version. Someone else is running an SQL server with a certain version. Someone else is running an SQL server with a certain version. Get one system hacked, suddenly everybody gains access to everything else, to literally everything else. It's not the one company that gets hacked. It's they get all the data stolen, they get all the data read, then now they're looking at your Facebook profile. Now they get into your Facebook profile and they hack you. And now they maybe log into your PC using information they found in there. And now they're covertly inside your PC because some other company that you didn't even interact with, you've never spent money at, had some information about you inside their computers. It's crazy. It's the like ghost data is a real thing. Where you derive information about the users that you're dealing with without actually dealing with them directly. So that's the danger of it. USA says, it's just we trust these companies with our data and money. They go away with it behind closed doors. Yes, but it has to do with a misunderstanding of the average user about what software is. Okay? Technically, every piece of software should be a wrench. The problem is that right now, these wrenches are closed source, right? We would never ever like look at a mechanic and have to worry about the fact that the mechanic's like wrench is calculating the exact little bits inside our car and figuring out what we had for lunch, right? We would never have to worry about the security of the mechanic's wrench. I want to be really clear. The security of the mechanic's wrench is really important. But since everybody is just using their own software, their own thing, it's like the Wild West, right? It's the complete Wild West. Anybody's wrench can basically do anything, and you can't trust it anymore. You can't even trust that when you take your information to a company and they use their software wrench, that their software wrench can properly tighten the software bolts that you need tightened, right? There's no standard anymore. Not anymore, sorry. There's no standard now. Back in the old days, there was a standard for building cars. There still is a sorry, I'm totally butchering my sentences here. I don't even be back in the old days. But the systems created back in the old days said that when you built a vehicle, the wheels needed to be this strong. They have to not fall apart. The steering wheel has to be able to steer the vehicle this much. We do not have those rules in terms of software right now. So at the moment, you could be buying a software car, and the purpose of the car is to drive you into the mechanic that sold you the car that has the license for it, rather than the most efficient mechanic that provides you the best service and the highest quality service. So there's an incentive right now to get the cheapest, most information-y grabby tools, when really there should be an incentive to have the strongest, most reliable tool. USA, what you mean is it's possible to have a hack with good intentions. I agree that there can be good intentions. I agree that there can be good outcomes. I believe it is a morally, you're in vigilantism. You're very much in vigilantism, and not only that too, every time you are messing with the customer. A big hack doesn't affect a company at all. Literally not at all. And the question is that, well, maybe it'll break the company up, but then the owners of the company just break the company up, relicense all the exact same software, and build the company with the exact same name. And there's no loss in profit, right? They just flip licenses. It's just a license flip. It's not a so every time, every single hack, if I was to get hacked, if my services, because I run services here at home, I run servers. If anybody hacked my stuff, that sucks for me. But it more sucks for the people that are in and out of my community stuff. It more sucks for the people that are connecting to my services. It more sucks for the people that have private passwords stored on my stuff. right? It wouldn't affect me, honestly. Well, it would affect people's view on me, but if I got hacked and I didn't tell anybody, it doesn't matter. As a server admin, I literally have the server sitting right here. I have another one that we're going to be using right here. Anybody gets into these? That's your guys' problem, which is it's a big load on me, right? Like it's a lot of responsibility on my end. ManyUSA says right because of security breach, inconvenience customers and scares investors. The problem is a good security breach investors don't know. The company doesn't even know. I'm pretty good at stuff. I think I can get into quite a few networks without anybody noticing me. At this point in my technological career. And if it's a good hack, like really good hacks, they don't show up until a year or two later when someone's going through the read and write statements on your service and you realize there's 5% more read and writes this month than there was last month. Where did those 5% read and writes come from? And then you realize, holy crap, someone's been through my network. We've been running for months and someone's been inside my computer. I've actually had this once. I had this once on a closed network where we're testing something, but I used a default password on the SSH log, basically the quick login into one of my machines where I can run commands. There's like literally my machine was running hot, like the fan was running like crazy for a day or two, and I didn't have time to deal with it. And then I sit down and I realize someone's in my machine, and all I do from my end is I reset the machine and it's good to go. I've never told anybody. Why? Nobody needs to know. It didn't affect my customers, the people in my service. But if I got hacked and someone was good enough at hacking it, I think I'm relatively secure. I have a pretty good system up here. It's just bad. It's just bad for you guys. You would never know. That's really what I want to point out. There's not really a there's just so much damage that happens to the customer. So much vulnerability. There's so much exposure. There can be, again, I'm just gonna contest that. I'm made in USA. I'm sorry for everybody else too. We should have the DLive chat up. I've tried a bunch of ways and I'll have to try some more ways. But he's arguing there can be an ethical hack, right? I understand. I do agree in some ways. I agree there can be ethical results of these hacks. But when it comes to services, you're only I'm gonna argue you're only affecting the customer, and you're only affecting people that even aren't your customers too. They're just random bystanders. Let's take a look at the next here. 23andMe. USA says you don't disagree. Sometimes you think a group like Anonymous do some good. The existence of them, yes. Being a threat, creates a cold war in a way. I'm a bit of a memester. I'm a bit of a. I love the trolley chaos and some stuff too. So I'll fully agree with that. I will even point out, I believe stuff that I say here, I believe that you would agree with me anyways. I think I'm just being really pedantic on the statements. That's really it. I don't think if I said, hey guys, wouldn't it be best if every company used the most secure software out there? I don't you're like, well, if everybody used the most secure software, that means criminals and bad companies would be able to use the software. But I don't think anyone would disagree with me. You wouldn't be like, no, make everybody have shitty software so we can get into bad companies, right? Like that's just you're a reasonable. Most people are reasonable people. I would not expect them to disagree with that. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's real clear on that end. 23andMe. 23andMe is an American biotech company that offers genetic testing to individuals. In October 2023, a major computer attack affected 23andMe. These hackers gained access to the data, exploiting a security vulnerability in the company's internal systems. The compromised data included names, email addresses, dates of birth, and zip codes for all affected customers. Other data concerned genetic information, biometric data, and health data. T-Mobile, T-Mobile is an American wireless carrier that provides telecommunications services to individuals and businesses. T-Mobile was the victim of 2 hacks in 2023. The first hack was carried out by a group of hackers known as Lapsus. Lapsus said it had gained unauthorized access to T-Mobile's API, which allowed it to access the data of 37 million customers. Just so everybody knows, API is an application programming interface. It's like a plug on one end when you want to write some software and you want to do modifications to some other piece of software. You have an API, the API connects the two, and it's basically like a virtual switchboard. You get to select what things you're putting in it. Second hack was committed by an unidentified individual. Individual used security holes in T-Mobile's billing system to access the data of 836 customers. That's this is a big difference. 37 to 836. Okay, there. Pôle Employee. Pôle Employee is a French public administrative establishment whose mission is to support job seekers in their job search and to facilitate company recruitment. In August 2023, Pôle Employee announced that it had been a victim of a cyber attack. The attack hit an IT service provider which houses personal data of millions of job seekers. According to Pôle Employee, the data affected by the attack includes the names, first names, social security numbers, addresses, date of birth, and telephone numbers. 10.2. How is like your social security number like anywhere considered secure nowadays? I am very, like, to me that just seems like a public number that anybody. I'm Canadian, okay, so we got our social insurance number, which is relatively the same, but even then I'm looking at my number like it's on my card. Like there's no way that this isn't a secure way of doing things. Move it. Pin 2023, a series Plin? I think it just means in. Typo. In 2023, a series of cyber attacks targeted MoveIt, a secure data transfer software. The attacks were carried out by a group of cyber criminals known as Lace Tempest. The first attack took place on May 27th, 2023. Hackers used a zero-day security flaw in MoveIt to access data from several organizations. The flaw allowed hackers to execute malicious code on MoveIt servers, giving them full access to data stored on those servers. Attacks continued over the following weeks, affecting more than 600 organizations, including governments. The compromised data included sensitive information such as financial data, medical data, and personal data. Holy moly. I should be reading this instead of actually the infograph. The British, the consequences following. Oh, this is a huge article. Lots of information. We'll take a look at the last little section. Tab. Coaxis. Coaxis is a French digital service company specializing in outsourcing cloud computing, cybersecurity, and solution integration. Cyber attacks against Coaxis took place on the night of December 7th, 8th, 2023. The hackers used ransomware to encrypt data, which prevented the company from accessing its IT systems. The hackers demanded a ransom of 10 million euros in exchange for the decryption key. Coaxis refused to pay the ransom and said it would not negotiate with the pirates. The company was forced to suspend its services, causing disruptions for clients, including accounting firms. Le Protocol HTTP2. In August 2023, a zero-day vulnerability was discovered in the HTTP2 protocol. The vulnerability, called HTTP2 Rapid Reset, allowed attackers to launch large-scale DDoS. Attackers exploited its vulnerability by using bots to send HTTP2 requests to a target server. Requests were canceled quickly, causing the server overload. Google said it blocked 398 million requests per second. Holy moly, DDoS attacks exploited the vulnerability. Am I top TIA plus certified? I am not. I am a tech hobbyist made in USA. I actually did media. Media is my big thing. This is where I kind of learned in school. I did a bunch of, I'm a musical theater student, if that helps. I did a lot of singing when I was younger. And then we ended up doing a bunch of recording, and then I got into networking through recording studio software. And then once I moved from recording studio software, I moved into building my own little home recording studio setup. And then you have to deal with IP addresses and servers for different types of plugins, and it just goes on and on and on. And then eventually I've built out what I have here. No, I'm not. Cool, you neither. a lot of people aren't, but internet education, technology education is just getting better every day. So there's a reason why people call it computer literacy, right? It's just reading. It's not that hard. Well, it is hard, but you know what I mean. Go Anywhere. Go Anywhere is a managed file transfer MFT solution developed by Forta in March 2023. Go Anywhere suffered a cybersecurity attack by the Clop ransomware group. Hackers exploited an undisclosed vulnerability to gain access to the computer systems of Forta and its customers. They then encrypted the victim's data and demanded a ransom in exchange for the decryption key. Forta said the attack affected more than 130 organizations worldwide. Victims included businesses, governments, nonprofit organizations. The attack had a significant impact on the victims' businesses. Some businesses were forced to suspend their services, causing disruption for their customers. Made in USA says computer literacy, like learning to speak binary. No, learning to read the results of a computer and understand the expectation from a friend, I guess. Kind of computer literacy. Like when you open up a book, when someone says, "Are you literate?" Right? They're asking whether or not you can derive information from viewing what's right. Computer literacy is the exact same. It's how do you look at some information? Like for example, if you know how to code in one language, if you know some logic in one language, then flipping languages is relatively easy because all you're doing is you're flipping syntax. It gives you computer literacy, right? It's all the same language, just variations of the same. So as people get better at computer literacy, then our expectations grow. Our expectations for things grow as people get better at learning, reading. Like, you know, you start with children's books and then you move up to full-fledged novels. Then by the end of your life, you're reading articles. Like bash scripts. Exactly. So if you know the basics of bash scripts, on the path computer literacy, right? You have basic understanding then of how that system works, and then you can enter yourself and level yourself into different. La Commission Electorale Britannique. In August 2023, the UK Electoral Commission suffered a hack. Hackers gained access to the data of 40 million British citizens, including names, email addresses, postal addresses, phone numbers, and voter registration dates. The Electoral Commission said the hackers used a security flaw in its IT system to access the data. The organization has also said there is no impact on the UK electoral process. Lots of big hacks over the past year. Scary world on the internet out there. Very scary world on the internet. Okay. Let's go take a quick peek at, we'll go to Google News. We're going to check out the technology section to see what's going on here. The OnePlus 12, nice advertising. Pal World. I will point out quickly too, Made in USA, just a concept, just kind of like the idea of this. There's a million different ways to display a page, right? There's a million different ways to display a web page. But understanding how the web page is displayed means that you can start to expect, you have an increased expectation of the quality of that web page. Especially too when investors and people building stuff learn a lot more about the computers and how those web pages are displayed. We end up getting higher quality services, which is, there's nothing but good. Pal World sales hit 4 million and boasts the 5th highest concurrent Steam players ever. It's had a bigger launch than Cyberpunk 2077 Elden Ring. Survival game Palworld has a sensational launch this weekend and has sold over 4 million units in just 3 days. The game, which is still in early access, is also available via Xbox Game Pass. Developer Pocket Pair said yesterday that it was selling 86,000 copies every single hour. Palworld has had a peak concurrent Steam player count of 1.29 million over the weekend, which is the 5th highest number in Steam history, according to SteamDB. It sits behind Dota 2, which is at 1.295 million, Lost Ark at 1.33, Counter-Strike at 1.82, and PUBG Battlegrounds. Oh, PUBG, wow, 3.26 million. But above the likes of Cyberpunk 2077 at 1.05 million, and Elden Ring at 950, New World 913, Hogwarts Legacy 879, and Baldur's Gate at 875,000. The game had been dubbed Pokemon with Guns and was expected to do well, as it boasts 110,000 Steam followers just 2 weeks ago and was the top 10 most wishlisted game charts. However, this result has far exceeded expectations. Palworld's success comes despite the server issues which caused Pocket Pair to hold an emergency meeting with the Epic Online services, and the game continues to have some connectivity issues. The game has caused some controversy online, with users observing similarities to the creatures in Palworld to the design of Pokemon. However, fans seem satisfied with a very positive user rating on. We've heard nothing but good things. I'm not sure if Culprit's lurking at all, but I saw him playing Palworld the other day. I've seen quite a few people on my... Actually, we can check out the Twitch list just to see how many people are playing this damn game. We've got Flats on Palworld. We've got... Oh, you probably don't know all these names, but look at this. Pretty constant. You haven't played it? Didn't I see you on Steam on it? Or am I wrong, Culprit? I thought you were offline on Steam. Offline. You weren't streaming, but you were on it. Like Yeatle is playing. Richard. Molly. Maybe I mixed up with Molly. Maybe I was mixing it up there. Slanger. How many? Let's take a look. Oh, world. Oh, you have it on your wish list. Okay. Well, browse. Take a look. In games. Look at that. Look at that. Right there. 337,000 viewers right now. You don't play the newest game? I understand. You're the integrations guy. No, I thought that you were... I'll be honest. I just thought you were playing with Molly. That was my guess there. I was like, oh, I thought he's playing that. Oh, okay. Oh, I looked for you on Twitch to see if you were streaming, but... Very interesting. Okay. I might try it one day. We'll see. But it's... it's another one of those 1,000-hour things. We'll see if I can get it. We just try it at some point. Culper said you haven't played with him in months. Oh, well, that's sad. It's too bad. I still raid by Molly and go see him all the time. I don't play with him that much. I'm not really, not into the types of games that he plays. Sometimes we overlap a little bit, but he's a very RPG style. Not RPG. I don't know. He likes thinking man games. I'm not a thinking man game. I'm a kind of game, You can't TFT? Yeah. Teamfight Tactics? I have no desire. I'll be honest. I can respect it. I respect my tabletop battlers. But to me, I'm just like... I don't know. I'm just too stupid. All the combination. It's like card games. I was never really into card games. Because I'm just dumb, okay? That's probably the best way of putting it. I just can't keep track of everything. Technology. What else? Musical innovation highlighted at University of Lethbridge. Oh, this is just lame. Culprit, you're not into card games because there's no fun in it. There's no story. The card game is about dominating your opponent, Culprit. It's not about story. It's about pain. I might need some water here in a second, guys. My jaw is getting a little. And maybe fix my hair up. Let's go over. Oh. This week someone commenting on our short. You guys need to start a tournament arc ASAP. Like try to invite some streamers on that would accept Sumito. Fun to have a big 6v6. It would be excellent to have a big 6v6 league. I got that TMD. Sorry. I am TMD. What does it stand for? Sorry. Context. I don't know if the stream delay or sometimes I just, like I say, some TMJ? TMJ. Am I missing something? If you tell me if something's the right thing, I'll tip. Jaw disorder. Oh, no. Just tired talking, man. I've been talking for 2 hours straight, I think. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go run and grab some water here really quickly. Just okay, give me 1 sec. Orange juice. I need to turn the temperature up in my room. All right. Very delicious. Okay. Juice d'orange. Indeed. Got DeFranco video. Let's go take a look and see what DeFranco says.
Sup, you beautiful
Sup, you
bastards.
beautiful bastards.
Welcome back to the Philip DeFranco Show. We got a lot of news to talk about to start your week today. We've got the Mr. Beast X video scandal getting very messy. The spectacular disaster that was trying to stop this news story from getting out. DeSantis has officially bent the knee, which was impressive for a man with no backbone. And then there's even more to talk about, so buckle up, hit that like button, and let's just jump into it. Starting with this absolutely wild news about news. And it begins with the question, what would you do if there was a local news story about to drop that you did not want getting out? Would you try to jump ahead of it, make a statement, try to undercut things that were going to come out? Or might you try to cut people off from the source of the information? Because the small Colorado mountain town of Ouray, they're knee deep in a scandal right now. Because there's this investigation into a sexual assault at the local police chief's house that's making front page news. With the Ouray County Plain Dealer, the local newspaper, taking on this story. You have a local teenager saying that she was raped at least 3 times by 2 different people in the home of the local police chief, who they say was reportedly asleep at the time. And the most recent update is that 3 people were arrested, with one of them being the stepson of the police chief. But here's the thing, when the Plain Dealer put this story out there, no one could actually get a copy. And that's because early on the morning that this story was published, someone or people went to every single newspaper box in the town of Ouray and all but one in a neighboring town and emptied them. We're talking about hundreds of newspapers just stole it. With the paper saying whoever did this likely put a few quarters into each box and then took the entire stack of papers. And when they realized that this happened, the Plain Dealer co-publisher sent out an email saying, it's pretty clear that someone didn't want the community to read the news this week. I'll leave it up to you to draw your own conclusions on which story they didn't want you to read. And so now, I mean, we're talking about it. The Streisand effect is strong. This news getting out to even more people. The Plain Dealer also raising $2,000 in donations since the theft. They also reprinted 250 copies to distribute, but also later that day, the thief came forward. But then even this is weird, because it was a local restaurant owner by the name of Paul Choate. He confessed and returned the papers in a garbage bag with an apology, admitting that he stole the papers because of the story on the front page. But this is, it looks like, this guy wasn't even connected to the investigation. With the Array County Sheriff's Office saying in a statement, the suspect is not a member or relative of law enforcement and not associated with the defendants in the recent reported sexual assault. And as for the sexual assault investigation, there is now more attention and arguably pressure on it than ever. With the case reportedly being
like, the internet exists now. I don't know if they know that or not. Like, taking the newspaper is not really gonna... It's the Streisand effect. It's gonna make it way worse.
handled by the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. But all in all, just kind of a weird one. But I guess also there is a lesson here. If you want a story to be spread, try to stop it. Try to hide it, because there's nothing that will get people's attention more. Even through all the noise that is the insanity of our current news cycle. Just say, hey, don't look behind the curtain. There's nothing behind it. You will get a line of people lining up for it, just chomping at the bit to get a peek. And then in huge business and social media news, the grand Mr. Beast Elon Musk experiment has concluded, and wow, it's been big news. There are big claims being made. There are
We're probably gonna get our Minecraft server on the official Minecraft server. Let's check out the email for it. Yes, yes.
Accusations, there are conspiracies.
I
Some are
just got
calling
the email
Elon
for it
Musk
right
a
now.
fraud over this. Right, so let me break it down for you and let's talk about it. Because Musk, for a while now, has been trying to court creators over to X to post video content, with him even publicly tweeting out his desire to get Mr. Beast on the platform. So you had Mr. Beast politely explaining in the past why it doesn't make monetary sense for him to also post on Twitter. But eventually, Musk, in the situation, convinced Jimmy to test it out. So he posted an old Mr. Beast video and was like, hey, I'm gonna test out, see how much money this makes, and then I'll share the results. And as promised, he announced today, saying my first X video made over $250,000, but adding that it was a
USA asks, how much dedicated WAM to the server? We have 3 different servers right now. We have one that has 128 gigs. We have one that has, could be 64. I think it's got 2 sticks out right now. And then another one with 32. So we have 3 different servers for that.
bit of a facade, saying advertisers saw the attention it was getting and bought ads on my video, I think, and thus my revenue per view is probably higher than what you'd experience. And based off the numbers that we have right now, it looks like he's getting $1.68 CPM, but that's how much he gets per 1,000 views or impressions. And so, with this, you had some people saying, hey, this is a game-changing situation. Or if you looked at TikTok, you see examples popping up where people are like, hey, I'm getting 8 cents, 30 cents, $1 per 1,000. But then on the other side, you have others saying, no, I mean, you even have Mr. Beast saying that his money, it's probably being inflated here. But then going even further, you have people saying that Elon Musk rigged this whole thing. But some accusing him of running Mr. Beast's video as an undisclosed ad so that it racks up more views and engagement, or meaning that the video would be promoted to people's feeds not as regular posts, but as an ad minus the label. With people tweeting, this has shown up in my feed maybe 7 times now, and saying it's both missing the post time next to the username, indicative of a normal user post, and the ad indicator on the top right. Others noting that when you hit the 3 dots in the top right, you can report ad, along with the option why this ad. And then you also have people like Cody Johnston tweeting that on older, unupdated versions of the app, it plainly has the promotion label. The thing is, this wouldn't be the first time that Twitter's been accused of running undisclosed ads, with the watchdog actually having hit the company with an FTC complaint over this.
I know what you're referring to. I know exactly what you're. Sorry if I wasn't clear that I understood that meme. I was seriously answering the question, but yes, which is why I know what WAM was. Okay, I know WAM is WAM.
Kind of alleged practice. As far as X, they denied the accusations. Because while speaking to Garbage Day newsletter writer Ryan Broderick, they said there is a pre-roll ad for Shopify in the video, which is labeled as such. X boosts posts containing pre-roll ads, but because the post itself is not the ad, it doesn't have the label. But there, you had outlets like Mashable saying, that's bullshit. With their piece plainly saying, that doesn't make any sense. The pre-roll video ad is a completely different advertisement. If viewers are being served Mr. Beast posts in their feed and it isn't organically showing up, and the aforementioned attributes point to it being served via X's advertising platform, the Mr. Beast post containing the video is a completely separate advertisement and needs to be labeled as such, which again is one of the reasons this announcement from Mr. Beast this morning wasn't received with all rave reviews. And that includes from other creators who have been getting paid out by X going, this is nowhere near my numbers. Some even saying they wonder if they're making less because Elon Musk wants to do this whole Mr. Beast thing as a proof of concept. Though, while there's scandal and controversy there, everything kind of amazing for Mr. Beast himself, with a report coming out from Puck News claiming that Mr. Beast actually sold a show to Amazon. With some reports saying that sources said that if the deal becomes 100% official, it will close at nearly $100 million, though that hasn't yet been confirmed. Though again, this has not been confirmed by Mr. Beast, it hasn't been confirmed by Amazon. Though now, shortly before uploading today's show, you have outlets like Variety saying there are talks nearing a deal with Amazon. But if this is true, I mean,
I want to point out, I did actually see this happen relatively live. Like I was watching, I had Twitter up when Jimmy and Musk, Elon were saying their first names like I know. Oh yeah, Jimmy and Elon. They were doing their little back and forth. And I was really, really skeptical. Like, there's no way. See, the thing is, Mr. Beast originally calculated that he wouldn't make any money at all from uploading the video. So him uploading his video to YouTube, or sorry, his video to Twitter, I think makes a, like, there was gonna be some kind of other back end weird deal going on there, or some small change to the platform, or a complete change in how they give out ad revenue to people. But it seems to me they haven't changed much. It's just they had targeted ads specifically for Jimmy's video.
It's a game-changing situation, and it feels like something that is inevitable and also so obvious. I've always been shocked that a Netflix or an Amazon type hasn't just backed up the money truck to Mr. Beast, and that despite all his success, that there are still murmurings inside of the community of like, you can't afford a Mr. Beast video. So he ends up taking sponsorships, which are, you know, huge dollar deals, but arguably pennies on the dollar for the value that his videos command. But for now, we'll have to wait to see if we get some confirmation, or this is just some internet engagement baiting. And then we've got more news you need to know about today, but I gotta take a quick second to pay some bills. You know, because for any of you focused on getting your business off the ground, creating a place to share your homemade goods, or even a personal blog, I got a great solution for you. And it comes from, and I want to thank the fantastic sponsor of today's show, Squarespace. Because, you know, I've been partnering with Squarespace for years now, and I still have to say, it is just so easy. There's nothing to install, patch, or update ever. And creating a beautiful website with Squarespace's Fluid Engine is so easy. You just drag things where you like, no coding necessary. And if you need a starting point,
ad break. Skip
that
it.
Was the original first line that I had for this story, because I was like, you know, you gotta hook the viewer. But it's genuinely hard to say that with a straight face, because there's no reason to believe, despite all the U.S. government scrutiny, that the government wouldn't bail them out or look the other way when necessary. You know, the reason we're talking about this is a couple of weeks ago, you had that door plug blowing out of the Alaska Airlines flight, something you don't like your plug door to do with 16,000 feet. You know, following that, you had the FAA grounding the entire fleet of Boeing 737 MAX 9 planes. And in fact, all 171 planes remain grounded right now. It's all pending a review of their inspection and the maintenance processes. But also now they're recommending that airlines examine a different Boeing plane, though for the same issue, that being the 737-900ER. And saying in their announcement, some operators have conducted additional inspections on the 737-900ER mid-exit door plugs and have noted findings with bolts during the maintenance inspections. And saying that those airlines should check those bolts as soon as possible as just an added layer of safety. And this, of course, is the latest thing. Our federal regulators have been watching Boeing closely thanks to the two 737 MAX crashes that happened in 2018, 2019. You know, you got to do a little paying attention to when more than 300 passengers and crew died. Though again, all this is you have NPR noting that Boeing is a pillar of the U.S. economy, both as a military contractor and in civil aviation. I mean, even fucking Obama joked once that he should be on the list for the top salesman at the company. Because I mean, in a very literal sense, the U.S. government helps Boeing sell planes overseas. While that relationship isn't supposed to influence how the FAA treats the company, we live in the real world where money moves mountains and lobbyists exist. And the reality is that Boeing has a lot of influence in Washington. With Jim Hall, a former chairman on the National Transportation Safety Board, saying, Boeing evidently does think it's too big to fail. In Washington, D.C., as everyone knows, there is a great deal of influence exercised through fundraising to members of Congress. There's a great coziness or familiarity between all of the parties. And so who's the bad cop? You know, over the years, we've seen the FAA hand more and more oversight authority to Boeing, trusting their engineers to know the planes best. Also, didn't hurt that it was the cheaper option. But then, following those tragic crashes, things changed, right? Legislation was passed to make sure that the mistakes made by Boeing and the FAA that led to those crashes didn't happen again. Boeing got a new CEO. The FAA also made changes that were meant to tighten how their authority was delegated. But this most recent mess up is people going,
Are you talking about DeFranco, or are you talking about the other? The Mr. Beast photo?
Okay, well, how effective is it really? And so now you have regulators considering moving a bunch of...
DeFranco is the Italian, you know? You know, the Italians, they like to, put the stuff on their face, take care of their skin, talk with their hands. They're the Italian, like. The old guy 20 seconds ago? This dude. Yeah, it's not fitting right, is it?
Exercise through fundraising. I probably wouldn't have a news show if checks and balances always worked as intended, or at least as
I thought you were talking about how smooth DeFranco's skin is.
Described. And then Gavin Newsom called it weeks ago.
In a matter of weeks. And in a matter of weeks, Sean,
he'll be endorsing Donald Trump as a nominee for the Republican Party.
He didn't have to be a genius to see that coming, with it seeming like the more people saw and met with DeSantis, the lower his poll numbers kept going. So yesterday, DeSantis officially bent the knee and he announced that he is ending his campaign.
Trump is superior to the current incumbent, Joe Biden. That is clear. I signed a pledge to support the Republican nominee.
It looks like he's almost going to cry.
And I will honor that pledge. He has my
Franco's face is just on too tight. Yeah, a little bit.
My endorsement because we can't go back to the old Republican guard of yesteryear.
You know, part of his endorsement for Trump, while yes, he somewhat does look like a hostage, is likely connected to his desire for Trump to be like, hey, Republicans, you can be okay with Ronnie Boy again. Because as DeSantis himself said just a few days ago,
you can be the most worthless Republican in America, but if you kiss the ring, he'll say you're wonderful.
You know, just like Ron said, happens, Trump delivered.
I'd like to take time to congratulate Ron DeSantis and, of course, a really terrific person who I've gotten to know, his wife Casey, for having run a great campaign for president.
And so all this news gets us closer to what seems inevitable, and that is Donald Trump will be the Republican nominee. That is, unless the only other vaguely competitive candidate, Nikki Haley, punches above her weight, though it is not expected or projected. And it's widely believed that unless she somehow wins the New Hampshire primary tomorrow, or at least pulls off a very strong second place finish, it's done. It's donezo. It's over. Though again, I just don't expect that. Haley's definitely done better, getting more support from moderate voters. But meanwhile, you've got Trump consolidating more conservative votes. And so there's a clear picture of like DeSantis voters being funneled now to Trump. And even in New Hampshire, where Haley should be doing well, most polls show that she's around 15 points behind. Keep in mind, this is before DeSantis dropped out and endorsed. And then even in our home state of South Carolina, doesn't even look competitive. And so I think really the only question is who's...
I'll be honest. See, the big thing is I know I should be stopping and talking a little bit more just for like, this is like react content, I guess. But I don't have much. I'm Canadian. I really don't know much about what's going on down there. I see the two parties getting too extreme, and that's my simple take, and that's really all I can say.
Is going to be Trump's VP pick? Is it someone who had the gall to run against him, even though like Ramaswamy was not running against him? It was like he was trying to be a surrogate, or does he just grab a...
Culprit over on Twitch says Nikki fucked up by saying 70 is the new retirement age. Nikki fucked up by saying 70 is the new retirement age. All of this is just garbage in the U.S. I heard about that. I heard that there was... Yeah, they were talking about retirement age being later, and people say that way too casually. I gotta say that, like, an increase in retirement age is insane. We're living in the future. We're living in the fucking future. Why isn't retirement age 30, 40? Why isn't retirement age going down? It doesn't make any sense to me. And I keep seeing these posts where people are like there's complaining Zoomers, and the Zoomers are like, I don't like having to work a job. Working a job is hard. And we're like, yeah, working a job is hard. That's life. You kind of got to get in. Well, why is it life? Why is it? And then I watch these discussions too from like really wealthy people, and they're like, well, how many hours should somebody be able to work to afford a home? What is that should? I'm like, this is America. I'm Canadian, from Canada. This is America, motherfucker. If the market says you can work 5 seconds in a week and afford a home, it should be able to support that. We should be able to move. That is insane. Culprit says just because you can work another 5 years at the end of your life doesn't mean you want, doesn't mean you should. We're moving into the future. You guys remember we went to the moon? Like, it's going to be 100 years until we last went to the frickin' moon. Okay? All of this should be getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. But I think we're purchasing, we're buying our way back into kind of a monarchical system. I think that's they're saying. Feels like it's that way, where it's about ownership. It's not about development. And culprit, your hours are owned by somebody, right? Should you really be able to retire? Is that really a thing that we should have people retiring at 60? Right? Like the discussions around it. I really have to point this out for everybody who's like, you know, lurking and like really think about the conversations when you hear people who are not being affected by these things talking about and the way they talk about them. They talk about us. They talk about you guys. They talk about me. Like we are animals to get food provision. That is should somebody really? It's like, no. Okay, the market is supposed to decide. Like if I'm not going to talk about what, but the market is the deciding factor. People should not be having conversations talking about whether they think things should be one way or another. What they should be doing is looking at the world. Well, where did I lost myself here? Oh, I totally lost my spot. Past here. So they should be looking at the world and going, oh, what's the easiest way for us to be incredibly productive? And what does the mark let us do? What does the market provide us? I don't know. I find it really gross. I'll be honest. Like it's really, anytime anybody has a conversation talking about how many hours they think everybody should be able to work to afford a home, is like the goal should be that everybody's default has a home. It should be so cheap. It should be so cheap. The market is supposed to make things, in theory, make things really cheap. But they're not. Where is that frame? That's like one quick frame.
Really terrific.
Unless you somehow sure where Haley should be, the only question is really for the fact that the gall
there it is.
him, even though like Ramaswamy was not running against him. It was like he was trying to be a surrogate. Or does he just grab a diehard like at least Stephanie? I will say, even if she would accept or not, I don't think.
Culprit says no one has their own thoughts anymore. They're just a bunch of parrots allowing other people to make the choices. No one has a hill to fight on. Ethics are shit anymore. Compassion is somehow weakness. The market is not free. I agree with both you guys. I don't believe the market is free. To me, it seems like America had this idea of freedom, built a whole bunch of wealth for the rest of the world. The rest of the world piggybacked off of it, and then now is actually, you know, kind of destroying that slowly. I question myself a lot of the times, and this is maybe a little extreme, but how is that we can have free market trade with countries who don't have free market currency? How is this possible? Currency. How is this possible when many of these countries don't even report how much currency they have, and they're not free markets? So how are you able to assess value? You're not. So I think that kind of mixing has kind of muddied the water. What is considered the American free market and what is considered, at least what I've seen, is the history of making value. And we're very much moving towards the, oh no, well, my lord, you are the one who, you know, owns the land, and what is the right decision, which is, and it's expected from me. I'll tell you guys, as somebody who's worked a lot of blue collar jobs, it's crazy how many jobs I've worked at where my employer doesn't expect me to be an expert at anything and just expects me to like to be nice to them and fuck off. I don't want to live in a world where I'm not productive. No, I don't think anybody wants to, but that's where, like, if it's all about ownership and you just own the labor of other people, I could have people idle around in a building for years and years and years doing absolutely nothing just so I can say that I can own them and do whatever I want with it. And then and then the value of that potential labor goes up, and then I make money by not actually making anything. I just make money by holding on to the potential labor of people idling around doing nothing.
I think that he would even pick Nikki Haley.
I'm not going to go over my free market rant, but it's killing me. Sorry, Culper, that comment about the retirement age like blows my mind. How is it that in the United States, the land of the free, home of the brave, that people are fucking talking about what retirement age should be. I do not get that. I do not understand that any goddamn way, right? The idea should be we're pushing the market so much that everybody, that we're just going to keep pushing the market of retirement down and down and down and down and down and down. Like every other product, like every other service, the price of the service should be reduced. Retirement service should be reduced. Made in USA says humanity is a parasite. Bankers? Not really. I'm actually going to point this out. There's two perspectives to this. Okay. And there's the amount of damage that can happen through exploitation of people within a system of currency. Okay. Previously, in the past, pre-banking, the security systems were based off of distance. That's basically all security was, in a way. Like, you had to physically separate yourself from somebody else to move any amount of wealth. Now, the banking system creates liquidity, which is a really good thing. But just like having a big vein that runs down your neck to be able to supply blood really quickly to your brain, it leaves a very vulnerable spot. So if you have mosquitoes coming along, you have a vampire coming along, it's very easy to start bleeding off of that. Now, the problem is, in a world of people, the entire banking system right now is people. So that entire artery that I'm mentioning, that the analogy is that it's a string of people the entire way through. USA says, you mean the Federal Reserve and global centralized? Yes. Okay. This is what happens. Okay. Now, the problem is in the human body, and this is my analogy with it, when you overvalue something, it tends to kill the thing that's growing. We have cancer, right? So what happens is everyone realizes that if you're a cell inside your neck, right beside the artery, you get a lot of oxygen. You get a lot of food. If you're a fingernail cell, I like to say people are kind of analogous to organisms, the general organisms. We are organisms, right? Everyone wants to be really close to that. But what happens when you get too many cells trying to be a part of that artery? Right? You get cancer, right? You get cancer. So there's things that are absolutely vital in a service and in a system. But when everyone starts to go, you know what? We have this really big... the reason why I'm pointing this out, because this is how our brains get so much blood. This is why we're bigger brained people. And other creatures do have the same somewhat systems. But anyways, it's complicated. But this analogy still stands, right? You start to see the entire human as just the artery. You don't realize there's a brain in there. You don't realize that there's fingernails. The fingernails serve a purpose, right? But nobody wants to be the fingernails. Also, brainstem, everything. Doesn't matter what it is. Like, if you start to look at humans as skin, you'll just see skin, and then everybody will only become skin, and then you have skin cancer, right? Like, it's... That's just anything, any part of the human body. Culprit says bankers, Wall Street, U.S. insurance, and corporations are our parasites. They are what are seen as the vital core when they're supposed to be the subtle wall that moves the value. It's supposed to be, the reason why I use blood veins is because blood veins is what moves the value, right? That's really, really important. And then, but when you get too many things trying to suck off of the value, you start to think, oh, the walls of the blood, that's the valuable thing. The walls of your blood veins are no, it's the blood. Everything else is just a means to get from one place to another. So you have a very few strong core systems inside the banking system right now, but they're falling apart because everybody's realizing you can get a Lamborghini pretty quickly by sucking off the blood vein, right? You know, and then there's levels too, right? There's some things that are evolution. Sometimes you have a change in a system where it actually, like, there's financial services that guys have made hundreds of millions of dollars off of that are positive for everybody. Credit, even though sometimes applied terribly, is a really good thing for our economy, is a really good thing. It allows poor people to get access to wealth from extremely wealthy people. But again, as you start to realize your credit could be the skin, once you start realizing that credit, is you can get so much money off of this, start to feed off of what makes your thing valuable. So you have a billion mosquitoes all taking their cut. Taxes. The body takes taxes. I'm okay with taxes, but I'm not okay with the way it's done at the moment. It is the way history has to do it. If I think about it, I'm sitting right here and I have like people in a building and we're all living in the building. You know, how do you go and you make sure the building doesn't fall apart? Well, you walk around, you knock, hey guys, you're shitting in our hallway. Please, you know, either give me some money, we'll clean the shit, or, you know, we're there. But again, taxes being something in the body that is made, or something in the global economy that is made to be something that should give value, then becomes another feeding ground cancer, right? So yeah, I prefer, I'm a cryptocurrency guy. I prefer if we went for a world of gas where you paid based off of friction. So every single time you move something, like your taxes were based off of the amount of wear and tear that happens on the network. So you're always paying for upkeep. Like if you drive roads, why is taxing, you know, vehicles a flat rate? It should be variable based off of the amount of maintenance that goes into a certain service or a certain area. They're too complicated with our existing systems. You know, that's an example of what would be considered a positive taxation that proves its own value, which is, you know, pricing based off of relative amount of use, as opposed to pricing based off of where it is right now, the amount of credit or the amount of accessible money by the government, right? Like that's they go, oh no, our pool's getting low. Well, we have to make more money, and so they arbitrarily take it out of the giant pool, as opposed to going back and going, okay, there's this much wear on the economy. That's where the taxation requires set up. How's it going, Monty? Welcome in. Inflation pog, economics pog, gamers, and all that good stuff. How you doing, man? Welcome in. Welcome in. We're going over Phil DeFranco stuff. Just Culprid got me heated because he mentioned that people were talking and mentioned the retirement age being increased. Which Monty, you're probably never going to retire. You're going to work until you die. Server's good. Yes, dude. I'm so glad we are in such a reliable spot for the server right now. So I'm glad it's all going. But yeah, by the time you retire, it'll probably be like you know, they'll maybe make you work till like you're 90 or so. You know, and then it'll all be good. All right, anyways, let's keep watching Phil DeFranco. Made in USA says I pay 30% income tax. Crazy, you pay more than that, right? Pay tax at the store. They pay tax. Tax is included into the price, right? And it layers more tax on, and that layers more tax on, layers more tax on, and we know in inverse cumulative growth is scary. Monty says you'll not be living in the US by that time. I'll be living on motherfucking Mars, baby. Elon Musk, take me away, please.
I know her name's been thrown around some, if not purely for the fact that he might have reservations about her following the Constitution and the rule of law, a la Mike Pence on January 6th. And with how fractured part of the left has been, especially because of the whole Israel-Gaza situation, I think he's going to count on the left infighting enough that he can just be
as a Canadian too, guys, I really want to point out, as a Canadian doesn't really mean too much here, but it does mean a little bit. I get a little bit of a third-party perspective of what's going on in the United States, okay? I absolutely agree with the project as its basis, but I think some of y'all have gone absolutely nuts and forgotten what that project is. I mean, like, just a general y'all, you know, like, again, nobody specific I'm thinking of, just like irony of it is a little bit. Let's create America 2, guys. How does that sound? We'll create America 2, and we'll where can we make it? We'll do the whole BioShock thing. Andrew Ryan make an underwater city or something and go from there. Ugh.
Trumpy as he wants to.
And we'll just be nerds and play video games all day instead of plasmids.
He can play to his base. But that is the story, some speculation, and I'll pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts? And then finally today, we have some community stuff and yesterday today. As far as the community stuff, get ready for Wednesday. Launching the first beautiful bastard drop of 2024. We went a really different route this time that I'm so pumped about. Because while we're still going to be releasing the crews, the hoodies, the shirts with the awesome graphics, stuff like that, as I've gotten older, it's just so much more important for me to have like fantastic essentials, the basics that I can like, put into any outfit. And so for like the last 1 to 2 years, we've been building what we think is the perfect shirt. Internally, I just call it our...
Okay, let's skip that. I'm sorry.
When it's live. But with that said, let's talk
Sorry
about
to Franco.
yesterday
Should be
today,
watching
where we
it,
dive
Frank.
into those comments and see what y'all had to say on the last show. And really no surprise, everyone was sounding off on American Nightmare. What happened to Denise and Aaron. His girlfriend was kidnapped and raped, and police focus on him instead. This is why people don't trust the police. Imagine telling someone about the most traumatic event in your life and having them look you dead in the eye and say, "You're lying. None of that happened." And then imagine them holding a press conference to tell everyone you know that you're lying. Re-traumatization doesn't begin to cover. Others like Dishonored Undead saying, "Don't go to the police wasn't a threat, it was advice." Which once again, in no world should we ever downplay what these monsters did to Denise and others. But again, it was so weird looking through those emails that like that person was more empathetic towards Denise than the actual police who should have been helping her.
Hey Monty, when is your next video coming out? When am I gonna do a Monty video review?
Collins also tying this to all the other news we've seen around the authorities. Between the fact that they said nuh-uh to a couple that got kidnapped, not to mention the atrocities committed against minority communities and the clusterfuck at Uvalde. The entire system needs a major rework. Which was on the topic of Uvalde that came up in that video. Ninja5 saying the entire Uvalde case just continues to make my blood boil. From the videos of the dozens of armed officers cowering at the end of the hallway while looking at their Punisher wallpapers on their iPhones to the actual harassment of the mother who ran and saved her child when they originally prevented her from doing so. And then finally, regarding the Fujitsu Horizon scandal over in the UK, you had Jennifer saying, "I thought that I would add a little bit more to the situation. The reason that the post office was able to accuse the sub-postmasters of theft and fraud..."
They sent a whole bunch of people to jail, basically stating that people were stealing money, and apparently all that money went to bonuses to the CEOs, and people got, yeah. It was an error in accounting in the software. So a whole bunch of people got thrown in jail, and a bunch of CEOs got vacation home. So,
was that there is a presumption in the UK law which presumes computer and evidence created by a computer is...
I want you to be working on it over the next week. Awesome. What game are you going to be doing? Of course, are you doing the Minecraft video stuff, or are you going to be doing like the next video a Lethal Company game, or
working reliably? This means that in the case of Horizon, the post office could state Horizon was working at the time and therefore the missing money was due to the employees. It was then the employees' responsibility to find evidence that the computer, aka Horizon, was the cause. And adding the sub-postmasters were not in any position to provide this evidence. They are not software developers, and many didn't have the money to defend themselves. The post office could also hide information such as known error logs as it could harm their case, and they were not the responsible party that needed to defend Horizon. The presumption is dangerous. It places an undue burden on parties defending themselves against computer-generated evidence. In closing, with more and more...
What time, Monty, can you set the time on the Discord? Set the event. It gives me my local time. We're gonna, after this video here, we're gonna take a quick break, guys. I'm gonna do a BRB so I can get myself something to eat. I am getting a little bit famished. My tummy's starting to grumble just a wee bit. Monty, time to start something eternal. Exactly. It'll be good fun, man. I'm excited. The create mod, I know there's other mods and whatnot in there, but the create mod is something that I'm really excited for. Ooh, my headset just died, and it's fine. Here, the audio. Oh, there we go. Okay, my headset just died. All right, guys. Thank you for coming out here. We're gonna, like I say, take a quick few-minute break. I'm just gonna hop over to my BRB screen, grab myself some food, go to the bathroom, hang out for a minute. Monty, do you want to come in after this, and we'll talk a little bit about the Eternal SMP, the ideas that you have, the things that you want. I think it'd be really fun just to start to get some ideas out there. Made in USA. Can I ask you, are you a video game? I don't know if you're a video gamer at all, man. I've popped by. Are you, is that your thing? Or are you a movie guy? Or are you a truck guy? Are you a gun guy? Are you what's your thing, man? What's, I'm just, you're here enough. I'm just curious about you more than anything else. Because we run a little gaming community. As being a tech guy, I love running servers, and I run stuff that I don't play that much either. That I love the concepts of the games. You're a manufacturing guy. I like it. I like it. I like it. To me, the reason why I do the video game stuff and why it's so close to my heart is because it's one of the end games of the Industrial Revolution, the technology. It's like all of society has put all of their work together into the most vital tools in the world. And we get to mess around with them all. We get to play with them now. Great. It's the coolest thing ever. Why would we not like we make technology for survival, but we also make it for art. You play games too? Anyways, I know that's my idea behind it, why I love this kind of stuff. Monty just disappeared. Let me message him really quick. Oh no, he's jumping in voice chat. One sec. Let me pop in and say hi. Oh no. I have to change. 1 second. I have to change something. Why is it doing this? Ah! It's changing to my wrong. Are you hearing my my good mic? Or are you hearing my bad mic? Oh, wait.
I don't know which one's bad and which one's...
Wait. Hold on. What do you play, USA? What's your thing, man? I'm curious. Oh. Turn that off. Uh-oh. All right, Monty, give me a sec. I can't hear you at the moment. I'm just gonna go take a quick break, and I'll be back. I gotta fix my headset too when this happens. So I can't hear you. Anyways, BRB. Okay, guys, just give me 1 second here. I will. Yeah, I'll be back in a moment. Appreciate you guys coming out. Give me a sec. I messed it up, Monty. Unfortunately, sorry, man. I don't know what the command is to stop it. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry.
Hello. I'm doing pretty good. How about you, fam?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So, doing something today.
Ah, yes, we're doing something very big. Something that will hopefully last a while. Something that'll be enjoyable. Something that'll be very creative and maybe even a little bit inspiring. I would like to announce the Eternal SMP is finally gonna be
Epic music in the background.
absolutely beautiful, yes.
Trumpets, angels singing.
The choirs in the background.
And you've logged on to the server?
Yes, I have made sure that it is working.
I need to make sure it's getting going on my. Bring it up.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea. Yumi's gonna be checking it out, making sure everything's good for his setup.
Excellent, excellent. Let me just pull.
I tried seeing if Boss was gonna be joining, but he never messaged me back.
You set the 5 hour from now. Hey. Oh, let me.
Alright. I hate how they updated the Outlook thing, the mail thing. I don't know why. I don't like how it looks. Messes with my head. For Outlook. For emails.
You guys can see I got a little bird with me today.
Oh, you still got that bird?
Actually, I'm adopting it because he's or she's too grumpy. Huh? It's really grumpy all the time, huh?
It's not a.
Got a. He's got a new bird. Okay. He's fighting it.
Damn.
But he's not that patient to deal with a bird this angry.
You're actually adopting it?
Yeah. Zoom in a little bit on her. Probably gonna poop on me and probably gonna fly away in a second. Here for now.
That sounds like a skill issue.
Hey. Bite me? Oh. Oh.
Yes.
Let me double check and on Forge, right?
Yes, on Forge.
And it's
Chosens.
the older versions. The older versions. Not fully updated.
No, it is not.
I've not.
Good. Although B1, it might have auto-updated. I don't think it would, though.
There we go. Can't go back inside.
That bird was just pecking your finger. It was not having a good time.
That bird is always so. He is always so angry. Wait for me. Okay. Hang out there. looking at me angry. Closed.
Just can't win.
Oh, I gotta fix that greaser hair. Right. You poop on me. Having parakeet for dinner. That's yeah, it's gonna kind of kill me.
I've been saving these up. Time to mess with you midstream. Haha. It's
Game
perfect because
crashed.
we're playing a Minecraft too. Oh no.
Let me get. Forge version is crap. What version of Forge are we on?
Let me check. I don't think so. I don't think what version of Forge matters.
What version are you on?
Let me see. I have no clue if I'm being honest.
You go to boot, go to select the launch. Oh, you're right in the launch. Grubgraph also.
Oh, 47.1.3.
$7. 6. 47. $47. Sleepy's making me clickbait thumbnail.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Make this public now. Save. Hey. Forge installer, yeah. Client. Bam, bam.
Revolution.
Bam. Okay. Where is... Question is, what am I... Okay. We are uploading the thumbnail. We are updating Minecraft. Yeah, installing the new version there. Studio. Upload. We miss you 6v6. Beautiful. Videos live.
Yeah, it's kind of mid.
Your mom's kind of mid.
You right.
Talk about your mom. That probably a wonderful lady.
Oh, you're opening a box of worms that you don't want to open.
Yeah. Let's keep them closed for now, okay? Let's not have a therapy session.
Damn straight we keep that shit closed. Locked up tight. Anyways,
Monty,
Verbalize.
You want to talk about your feelings now? This is going to be a feeling
Nope.
stream.
I want to talk about how a man spent $50,000 on a shitty animation for the amount that he spent. And how he fleeced his viewers out of money just to make it. Now that takes epic charisma.
Whole internet. Everywhere I go, every site, everything.
Dude, there's like 100. There's someone who's been making like running animations, and there's like 100 of them. Hang on, I gotta find this out what they're at now. Or there's got to be at least 88 by now, right?
This
wow,
week we raise a toast to the days of old. 6
Then again, it's in short, so I can't see it exactly right here. There's number 16. Oh, it went all the way up to 69.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
It was John the Animator. Oh, there's a lot of them. And I kind of wanted to cash in on it as well, but I kind of forgot the idea that I had. And I just remembered it being funny. And then it was gone in the blink of an eye. Lovely. Wait, did he make an apology video?
Do you have a whitelist
Please
on the server right now, Monty? Right? Or
No, I have no idea. Let's see. Does not appear, possibly,
support
that he made.
Was the port, Monty?
Hold up.
I just got done.
There we go. 29. Wait, can I give it to you? Or are we gonna get like bonked?
Nobody's watching that.
29003.
Mod list. Okay, can't remember. How do I get the mod list on? Or was it? Or can you send me the instructions, Monty? I gotta reinstall everything.
You have to reinstall. Oh, shite.
Not that hard.
Chosen's modded. Wait, what do you mean you need to reinstall everything? Just the mod pack?
Yeah, mod pack.
Chosen's modded adventure.
Modded adventure. Modded First Forge.
You know what the worst part is? He's already found the min-max route.
That's what Ben does. He's the bad king.
Between him, Kiri, and Sleepy, I don't know who's the worst. I feel like it's got to be Kiri, though.
Yeah, Kiri kind of. Yeah, I'm friendly, you freaking bird. Friendly fire! Friendly fire!
Friendly fire will not be tolerated. You know what was a surprising demographic that I had for my videos? Surprisingly, 8% of the viewers were from Japan. Eh. I was actually shocked to find out that I had viewers from other countries. I was straight up shocked.
Got it. Awesome though. Who uses it?
Oh, how many views? We maxed out at 11 for everything. So the shorts, one maxed out at 4K right now. It's at 4K, and one's at almost 2,000, and then one's at 3,500. Yeah, yeah. I was very surprised by the one that hit exactly 3,500 because I just I don't know, I didn't expect it. Pulled one over on me.
If you commit to it, once this really starts getting views, then take off, dude.
Womp 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 womp. All right, got 40 minutes till she starts, baby.
Where half of my Twitter followers are just OnlyFans odd account. It's crazy. Like over the past few months, it's just nonstop. It's like someone's following it, click in.
Well, if this doesn't work, guys, I gotta make an OnlyFans, so we gotta make this work.
Monty's backup plan. Oh, I should have ordered it a time ago. What the heck, Monty?
Huh? What am I getting what the heck for?
Oh, I was gonna order food.
That's unfortunate. Well, eat it while you're streaming. Boom. I don't. Have you heard of Raising Cane's?
Raising Cane.
You probably wouldn't. Yeah, it's a fried chicken place, right? Essentially, they made it so that way they have the minimum amount of menu items possible, so they can maximize the production. And so they basically just have chicken tenders, coleslaw. They give you a piece of bread with it, and French fries. Right? French fries are kind of bad, but like I tried them the other day. They have this. They have the specific sauce they call the Raising Cane sauce. I thought it was all right. I thought it was, you know, if I had to rate it on a scale of 10, all right, I'd give it like 7.5, 7.5, or maybe an 8, all right, maybe an 8. But the tenders were kind of bad, all right. So essentially, what makes that place is the sauce. Tenders were bad. They were like a 6. They were all right, but you have to have the sauce to make it up to like that like all right standard. That hey, I got my bag. I mean, the value of it isn't bad. All right, it was I think of like $13 with that's in tax included for 4 chicken tenders, slice of Texas toast, a little bit of coleslaw, and some fries. Not bad price, but overall the quality was meh. Here, I'll
yeah.
In
places
case
that
you're interested.
only have good sauce are a lot of places around are like that.
They lack in the other departments. Something I've always wanted to try though from your homeland is poutine. Never had poutine. No, it sounds like it'd be pretty good though.
It's a lot better on a really cold day when you come inside and pile of poutine, but it's like it's really easy to make. Cheese curds, gravy, and French fries.
But it's hard to get good fries.
Doesn't McDick's around you have poutine?
I hate. No. Holy shit! You think no? We don't got poutine. Also, I haven't been to a McDick's in like 5 years now. That's a lie.
I'm just saying because it gives you like the cheap.
2 years.
But, I have
2
McDonald's
years.
around here. All have poutine.
Culver's is a good place. They don't have poutine though. Culver's is like the higher end fast food if you want to get good fast food. Good quality, good food. A little more expensive, of course. But man, it's worth it. I love getting a chicken sandwich from there.
Oh,
Nice chicken sandwich, some cheese
resources.
curds.
I don't know how. I'm booting up the.
Bless you.
The game right now, and holy moly, this is.
Oh, how
Big
much
mod.
memory you have allocated? Welcome.
Hey, sorry, I can't hear you. My headset.
Okay,
I
nerd.
forgot to turn it on.
Nerd,
There we
he's a
go.
nerd, he's a nerd, he's a nerd. What? Huh?
What? Oh, hi, Yumi.
Huh?
How you doing? We didn't see you come in.
Fuck y'all.
All right.
name,
Let's see.
Yumi?
How much memory? Oh yeah, it's very resource heavy. I have 10,000 megabits allocated for it. So yeah, I'd allocate a little more memory.
Should have enough. I got 30 per second. Having this. What I have? I got 32.
So who else we got joining us?
Hopefully Ben. Although he's on Do Not Disturb. But he's in Sulack's chat, isn't he?
Another hour. He's probably lurking.
Boo. I tried messaging High Five, but I got no response.
High Five only is PlayStation.
I wish I would have known this sooner. That he was PlayStation.
Oh, you didn't know?
I didn't know he was No.
He's good at video editing and stuff like that, so I figured in terms of like, gotta have him around.
If Ben doesn't join, from the looks of it, it'll be the three of us to start this off.
Wow, Ben destroying Monty's.
Hey, you've already took a big part in that.
Hey, you're getting a damn good deal on this server, so I wouldn't, like, this is the most powerful server you're gonna get for your money. Give me a break.
My dreams, my hopes shattered to a million fucking pieces. Little tiny bits. Sorry, not even can't even glue them back together.
Well, we won't start just yet, but I am in.
Yeah.
No errors. We have a map
Yes,
going.
yes.
Nice.
Make sure the server doesn't crash. I'll be joining myself.
I'm gonna have to pull
Yes.
this video settings. Render just 32
I'll
rendered.
be right back.
My favorite thing about this is that it has the natural shaders in it.
Simulation doesn't matter. Render just distances. Go. Bobbing crosshair. Performance, quality, graphics, fancy, everything max, fancy, mood lighting, 2 blocks, 7 blocks, entity higher value there.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to
Why?
connect to the server and now it's not letting me.
On right now.
It's saying I time out whenever I try to join it. Oh, now it worked. Third time's the charm. I like how as soon as you load in, start loading in just birds. Then again, you got a bird right next to you.
Staring at me. Okay. Do rent head. This was how many number of frames getting on the very low or high value. Translucent. Okay. I am going to, just a few minutes, we're going to restart the stream. So that we're not on the,
Alright.
For everything in. Max frame rate. Pick that sucker at 170. Full screen this sucker too.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that 4080, she working. She working right.
4080. Wow.
Top of the mountain here. What a beautiful world. Okay. Now that we're here, I'm safe. Stream.
Welcome, Ben.
Oh, Ben?
Yes, hello.
How's it going, dude? If anybody's watching my stream, I will be back on in just probably about 15-20 minutes. And we're going to be doing a Minecraft stream with the internal SMP that Monty has been setting up and working on for quite a while and has some fun ideas with it. So stay tuned for that, guys. I will be back.